Get a few people lined up in here. Get this son of a gun rolling. Where in the heck is everybody? You guys all get lost today? Sure, a lot of people are going on vacation Friday night. Out of town. Destroyer! Larry Croft! John Kaiser! What's up? Alan Kaufman. We got a special guest coming on tonight. Neil F. What's up, Neil? What's up, Rat? What is that? Rad Kool-Aid? What's up, uh-oh. Rat? What's up, Edward? Why does that guy not show up? Turtle Poop, where you been, fella? Where you been? Well, we got to go in here and mess with some settings real quick. I forgot. I got to keep the trolls at bay. Hold on a second. I forgot all about to do this. I forgot. I messed up. They got an opportunity to come in and raid the stream. Oh my gosh. Let's see here. Let's find out who's a subscriber real quick. Come on. Customize subscribers. Let's make it custom. Let's make it 2 hours. Boom shakalaka. Boom shakalaka. Look at that. What do we got now? Turtle Poop, Corey Ute, Larry Croft, Gran Turismo fan. Everyday Fleet Tech. What's up, brother? I was just talking to Larry Croft about coming down your way. Richard Snader, what's going on? Did you not post until the last minute? Yeah, no, I didn't. Larry, because I wasn't sure if I was even going to come on. Because I am going to be going out of town in the morning. So, but we do have somebody that I wanted to have come on. So we're going to have a guest on here. We're gonna have a guest coming on here. Stephen Luderman, how you doing, brother? Junkers Clunkers. Holy smokes, it's Junker Clunkers. Ain't seen you in a hot minute. Yeah, we're gonna have a superstar guest on here. We've actually had him on here. Happy Friday, AgTech 45. Wish I could show that, dude. Kelly, good to see you, brother. How you doing, brother? How you doing? Larry Croft. M. Lizer, what's up, brother? How you doing, M. Lizer? Catching up. You guys roll in. It's just, you're hot, and then you were like, boom, shakalaka. You're here. You weren't, and then you're all here at once. You guys did you guys call each other? Zachary Larson, what's up? Grim's Auto! What's up, Grim? Good to see you, Grim. Good to see you. Zachary Larson, what up, CP? I think I now have a snap-on ratchet problem. I just purchased a half-inch drive SL L80 ratchet. Well, by God, there's worse things. Sorry, been busy. No, it's all good, man. It's all good, Junkers. It's all good, brother. I hope you've been doing good, Grady. 123 Dom Master, what's up? AgTech, I thought you were already on vacation. I was going to, but I decided I'm leaving in the morning. Too much going on tonight, or too many things I had to get done. That's why I'm in the house here, because I was doing some stuff, and I was like, we'll jump on and do a little hour and a half, maybe 2 hour live stream. I can't not do it for you guys. That's all there is to it. So it is kind of one of those things where I'm bonded to it. Peter Savinsky, Rob 2112, YYZ, how's it going? Let's see here. Let's get this up. I like doing it on my computer. I will tell you this. My computer is a much nicer platform to do this than being out on the phone, because I can see better. My eyes are getting worn out sometimes, but Peter Savinsky, channel members. thank you guys, channel members. I wish StreamYard would make it so I could put like when AgTech just pushed out his. I know you guys could see his deal, but that's what I miss when I'm out. When I'm on my phone, I can't see those member chats that you guys put out there, like Kelly just did. That Happy Friday CP and gang. I can't see that on StreamYard. So when you guys post out your member chats, your once a month member shout outs or once a week, I don't know how it works. So yeah. Rob, first Icon ratchet I bought was a dud. Well, that's the risk you take. It's kind of like shooting craps, right? I'll be back in a few. Gonna take a quick shower. I'm pretty grody. I understand, man. It's been hot out. Dwayne V, what's up, brother? Dudes Wrenches, the man, the myth, the legend. Pretty much all icons are duds. Yeah. We are getting a Matco dealer starting in August. I'm gonna need a raise. I'm thinking. You damn straight, because they charge more than Snap-on does. They're stupid expensive. I'm so glad. Oh, wait, Henry. Larry's here. He wants to say hi. Can you say hi to him? Come on. Oh, yeah. Larry, your boy, Henry, is right here. He's right here. Look at him. Look at how good looking he's looking. Look at how shiny he is. I mean, this dog food I've been putting him on is just, look at the shine on him. He's a show dog. Aren't you? He just wants his ears scratched. He wants to go out and chase rabbits. Do you want to go out and chase? Where's the rabbits? Give me some food. Say hi. Look, Larry's here. He's in here. You got to say hi to Larry. He's the one that sent you some of those treats. A couple of these fellers sent you guys some treats, some dog treats. So, good boy. Yeah, Henry is looking. He's ready to go on a road trip. He is excited because, like a 2-3 hour car ride, he's all about it. Hit that like button, guys. Thank you, M. Lizer. Dudes with wrenches, true story. Destroyer 1320, guys. If you haven't been checking out Destroyer 1320's channel, he's doing some really cool stuff. He's got some burnout competition. If you're into cars, I know some of you guys aren't. You're just into tools. But I'll tell you what, like, you know, Destroyer's got some pretty cool stuff going on, man. That guy is he's making moves. He's making moves. I don't know why he doesn't have like 15, 20,000 subscribers. Tuesday night memes, meme show. Absolutely funnier than all get out. I enjoy it. Best Tuesday night live stream. Best live stream on Tuesday nights anywhere. It's just hilarious. He literally has the funniest memes, and I tell you what, it's not like PG rated or anything like that. So it's funny. It's good stuff, man. It's manly. It's a manly stream. So I'm looking for a new Snap-on flex head 3/8. You and me both. My dealer hasn't gotten any in. Sup, brother? CP. What's up, Tim Windsor? He switched it out for me, no problem. It was irritating. You always get what I mean, it just one of those things. It is what it is. I mean, the icon line is pretty much, I can't dog too much on it because it's the same thing. Oh, we got something we're going to talk about, though, tonight. I had a couple people. We got a little secret here you guys should know. And I'm sure once I say this, because, you know, everybody copies everything I do. So once I show people this, everybody's going to be like, oh, wow. But the biggest fraud tool company on the planet Earth that all they do is basically copy everybody. And I'll get hate for this too, because people are diehard Ulsa fans. But let's see here, ratchets. So Ulsa has a new ratchet out. Hold on here a second. Let me share my screen. Let's just get right into this real quick. Extra camera. What's extra camera? Share the screen. Share the screen, CP. So Ulsa Tools has a flex head 90-tooth ratchet out. And for you fellas that don't know, so right there is 85 doll hairs $85 hairs. I don't need that. $85 hairs for this. And let's get a close up of this. So there's your ratchet right there. Does anybody think that looks oddly familiar? Anybody think that look oddly familiar? The button? Any of that? Nothing? Anybody think that looks oddly familiar? Flex head. No spring in there. Made in the USA. Let's take a look at this. Wow, that faceplate looks familiar too. Back end. Weird. Huh. Is there a chance? Is there a chance that could be a is there a chance that could be a SK LP90? Are you kidding me? Ulsa Tool somehow has gotten the tooling. So somebody who was making either SK wasn't making it or they got a bunch of blanks. I'm not sure how that worked, but they're actually selling SK ratchets now. Ulsa Tools is. What do you guys think about that? Anybody want to chime in on that? Let me know. We're just going to stop that one right now. So, yeah. Henry, let me get caught up here in the chat. Capri, wrenches you recommend are the chrome finish is killer and the looks of badass. Toolbox, thanks. Absolutely, Edward. Dude, Capri's awesome stuff. And they're unique. 76 people in the chat. Good Lord. God damn it. I'm famous. AC must working good. And yeah, it is right now. It wasn't bad today. Humidity was down to 57%. It was about 90 degrees, so not bad at all. Fucker started slipping and then the whole plate on the ratchet. Wow. That's crazy. Proto punches rock. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's up, Tool Demos? How you doing, Steve? I bought a 3-piece comfort grip flex head ratchet. I don't own any flex head. Good evening, everyone from Mid-Atlantic. Hello, everyone. I thought you on the family thing. No, tomorrow. I'm going to try to do some Ulsa's junk. There we go. Ulsa's junk. Hi, Bill. Also makes nice socket holders. Basically, their niche. They're not. They don't make them though. They copied them, Larry. My Ulsa socket holders turned out to be a bad mistake. Wow. Hello, Larry Croft. Hello, Steve. Hello, Bill. Bill Beckett. Let's get through here. The longer oval head. Yeah, it's exactly the same as SK. It is exactly the same as an LP90. No, they are the exact same ratchet. Somehow they stole it. My cat is laying on my lap, so I cannot. It's all good, man. Sub CP. Randy Duncan, how's it going? Finally, nail in the SK coffin. They basically did. Yeah, absolutely. My SK tools are older than everyone except for Larry and Larry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hi from Sheridan, Wyoming. Sneak 66. Look at that guy. Welcome to the channel, fella. Good evening, CP and fans of the channel. Dave Osborne, the Nature Boy. I'm going to start calling him the Nature Boy, not like Ric Flair, the Nature Boy. $5 holler from Larry Borgstrom. Listen, Larry, thank you, buddy. Thank you, fella. Appreciate it. It was 32 here, 38 with humidity. It was sticky, gross. That is never good. Humidity is not CP's friend. I don't need, hit that like button. Thank you, Peter. Thank you guys, all you channel members. Larry, you guys see all these guys with these little green dots in here. Like Kelly's been a channel member now for a long time. A lot of these guys, the little different color button by them, 9 months. 9 months on channel members, some of these guys, since I started up. So appreciate you guys that have stuck with me for 9 months. Peter, a lot of you guys have been in here, been for 9 freaking months. That's awesome, man. And I appreciate, hopefully I give you enough content, but Larry, my in falls off the Ulsa sockets. Wow. Jimmy making it work. Listen, Jimmy likes to work it, has been not feeling good, fellas. So hopefully send him some prayers. His whole family's been down under the weather. So I really hope you guys get to feeling better soon, Jimmy. I know that's not a good thing. I have my moments. What's up, Slick Rick? Famous Slick Rick. How you doing, brother? Bill Jimmy, how you doing? Yeah, Jimmy and Rata Kool-Aid. I'm also in Sheridan. Hey Jimmy, making it work. Hopefully feeling better. Edward Carol's Carrazzo Springs, Texas, in the house. Love it, man. I want to go and travel the whole United States, guys. You know my dream with this channel. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. My focus has changed and my dreams have changed a little bit. My dream with this channel is that um, I like working for a living, but what I would really, really, really love to do, I have got a new deal here. What I'd really, really love to do is be able to have the channel help for me, pay for me to travel all the United States, come visit all you guys that are working in shops and work with you guys for a couple days, doing some filming, help you work on some jobs. This is my dream. This is my dream. I'm telling you right now, this is my dream with this channel. I want to be able to travel, me and Henry, and be able to roll down. Maybe take a camper. Probably not the full year, but like take a couple months out of the year. It's a lot to do, but I want to do that. I want to come visit you guys. I've decided that's what I want to do. 9 months. It's like I was pregnant with you. Kelly said, "Well, hopefully not. That would have been belly stretcher." Feeling a little bit better. That's awesome, Jimmy. I'm glad you're feeling better. That definitely makes makes me feel better to hear you getting a little better. So we got Bill Beckett. Dave Osborne, Fiona the Whippet says hello to the handsome Henry. Fiona, if you don't know, Dave's channel's he's like Dr. Doolittle over there, guys. If you don't know about Dave's channel, I'll tell you what, it's relaxing. I enjoy it. He's got Fat Larry the squirrel over there, which is pretty awesome. Hands-on mechanical. Not everyone likes me, but not everyone matters. I'm feeling it, CP. I'll be recycling that one. Absolutely, dude. I don't really care. We got almost 90 people in the chat tonight. I've got a whole group of people who want to talk shit and hate on me, and quite frankly, I'm okay with that anymore. Like I said, you need haters in this world. You know, their agenda and my agenda don't line up. That's what the problem is. I feel bad for people that come to my channel. If you don't like my stuff and you don't like me, please leave. I don't have. And if you want to come to my channel, kiss my ass, and then go to another channel, please leave. If I see it or someone sends me a screenshot of it, I'm gonna block you. That's all there is to it. I don't care. I don't have time to focus on this. I want to be happy and positive, and that's the main thing. Is like I don't have time for it. If you don't like and you think that I'm not who I say I am or what I am doing, please leave. I don't need to prove anything to you. I'll tell you that much right now, and I ain't going to. That's for damn sure. If you got a problem with me and you want to meet me somewhere, then let me know. We'll sort it out. I'll buy you a steak, a beer, and we'll have a conversation. That's all there is to it. Be a man. Be a man. Don't talk shit over the computer. That's all I got to say. Bill Beckett, how's your weekend? Right. And, some people have my number and they won't even talk to me. They just want to talk shit. So it is what it is, boys. I don't want to go on to that rant because I don't care. I'm happy. I'm completely content with what things that I'm doing. 1, 2, 3 Down Master. Milwaukee and the little test equipment showing beat Dewalt tools painted black in their poop line event. Nothing fair about their testing. Yeah. Oh yeah. That wouldn't surprise me. And Down Master though, a lot of these tool, like you're going to get tool dealers. They'll lie through their teeth. You're going to get tool vendors. I feel confident that I am one of the only honest people in the bigger realm of channels that I don't give a shit about what company you are. I like Nick from JDTco, but if I don't like his shit, I'm going to tell you. And I'll tell him, and he knows it. I've told, how many companies, I wish I could show you emails of companies where I said, look, your shit's junk. And I'm not, people send me stuff and they send it to me to test. And they're like, hey, this thing's junk. And in fact, I could show you, I got one setting right here. It's junk. The lights didn't work on it. And I said, listen, bud, I said, I'm out. Your shit's junk. I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm not going to show it on my channel. Do I make videos about that? It's kind of counterproductive. Why make a video about showing a tool that's unproven anyways and show that it's junk? It doesn't make any sense. It's not going to be on my channel. I got a good grasp on this stuff. And then the company's like, we're not going to send you anything. And I'm like, good. I don't want anything from you anyways. If you literally want to send me something and it's junk and you get butthurt because I told you it's junk, that's like people on my channel. You can tell people that are soft and weak when you tell them what you think about them, you don't like them, you disagree with them, and they get pissed. And then they block and go run to other channels and talk shit. That's what I'm talking about, guys. If you're going to stay butthurt and be butthurt, then leave. I don't care. I don't want that. I don't need that around. Henry, you got to calm down, sucker. That's all there is to it, boys. It's simple as that, right? Give me a like. That's it. If you don't like me, then leave. Smoke blower, 99-cent super chat. Thank you, sir. Heck yeah, all the work all over. Good idea. Let's get caught up. You guys are coming in the chat. 96 people in the chat tonight, fellas. Woo! CP is on one. I'm feeling good, guys. I'm ready to go out of town, enjoy some. I wished I was coming around. I wish I was going to hang out. Like, I really do wish I was making a big loop and going around. Exactly, Randy. That's exactly what I want to do. I want to come hang out. It's easier for me to travel to you guys. I've realized doing Midwest meetups is all great, but it would be even greater to travel to you guys. If I could hop in my car for 2 weeks and make a round trip like on the East Coast, I'm in Iowa. So the cool part about it is I've already got this mapped out. I've already been thinking about this. If I'm in Iowa, I could go like up through the Chicago area and then like come over. I can see Theo at Country Mile. I can stop by his place, and do all these little trips, stop over, see Nick Pixel in Pennsylvania, maybe James at Midwest Tool, and drop down to the South, go to Georgia, see Larry, see Everyday Fleet Tech, and go and see all these guys and maybe spend a day or a couple hours even if I have to working with them. I had a camper. I get that giveaway. It gives me a chance to see the country, spend a week, 2 months, a month or something like that. But in order to do that, obviously I have to have an income. And that's the thing is that's what I realized what YouTube could be the ability to do is to give me that ability to travel around, see you guys, work with you, and maybe give out some free tools to people on the way, help people out. Not to do videos. I'm not going to be that guy. I've already decided that people have soured me from giving out stuff and showing it to people for free. If I give the stuff to people and not off camera, it'll be their choice to tell them if I gave it to them or not. That's all there is to it. You and Helen, welcome in Dead Center, Connecticut. Absolutely, dude. That would be, and I haven't traveled the East Coast, M. Lizer. That would be so cool. I really want to see the history. I don't necessarily like the big cities, but I'd love to do that. So yeah, even go to Canada, maybe. Yeah, Tuck France, smash that thumbs up. Thank you, brother. Torque that like button. Absolutely. Country Mile. Haters have some growing up to do. No children allowed. Absolutely. That's all there is to it. That's it. You can visit my factory and work some. Absolutely, dude. I want to do like Mike Rowe. I really do. I missed that show, and I think it was a great show, but it never touched on everything that it was out there. And I think if I just focus on mechanics and stuff like that, Turtle Poop's back. I think that'd be really cool. Too much hate in the world. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. I'm not a hateful person, but when you kind of start coming at me, oh yeah. When you start coming at me, dude, I will literally burn you to the ground. Checkmate 115, what's up? How you doing? I've heard Iowa has excellent steaks. Absolutely. That reminds me, if you guys see Mark Schumacher, where in the world is Mark Schumacher? Let me know. Because I got a steak for him, and I've got a present for him, and I need to get him, I need to get him a deal and set him up. So, yes, sir. Country Mile Garage Bubba Ayers. I'd love to go down to Texas and visit a couple guys down there. Larry Borgstrom. It's been busy. Absolutely. Been raining nonstop since 5 o'clock. Probably a quarter inch. Says we might get another half inch out of it. Holy smokes. AgTech 45. Keep the green equipment running. Whoops. I'm hanging around working on papers and forgot to hit the like, number 43. Corey Ute, about time. Turtle Poop, Perry, Georgia. Oh, wow, you're in Georgia too? Good Lord. I got that gives me. I've never been to Georgia before. I want to go to Georgia. Wesley Wilson. There's another guy in Texas I want to visit. Wesley Wilson's a good fella. 94 people in the chat tonight, guys. You are freaking awesome. Everybody talks about how many people aren't loyal and cool. This channel right now, guys, look around in the chat. These guys, some of these guys have been here since I started. Some guys are new, and pretty much all the people that are in this chat right now, I feel pretty good about that. We have a really good chat of people that just, are just good people. That's all there is to it. Just good folks. At Country Mile, we had a great stream the other night. Country Mile, I want to tell you, that stream, I can't believe it's not gotten bigger, but that was a great stream we did the other night. That was absolutely fantastic on your channel. The flow and how everything goes, that was just money. It was a great stream. Late to the stream, Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. Theo, please tell your sweet wife. Richard Snyder, I'm in PA. Country Mile, I bet you like Maytag. Breaks down. We're going to have a guest on here pretty soon. I think you're more than welcome to join in if you're in the chat listening, guest, because we're gonna shift gears a little bit. Dude, I would love to come. I would love to come visit San Antonio, Wesley. I'd love to see that river walk. I know there's some cool stuff down there. I'd like to go by the Jesse James Hot Rod Shop. I know that probably a lot of people say that's not that cool, but there's just things that I want to do. I have a place for you to stay, Chad. You're always welcome to my house. Hell yeah, dude. That is freaking awesome. Henry, 3R. Smash that like button. Thank you, brother. Go Washington State. I'll pay for it. Absolutely, dude. Iowa has great steak and pork chops. They damn straight have a great steak and pork chops. I have been to Oklahoma, and the guys down there are pretty proud of their meat and beef and whatnot. And I can't say that it's any worse, but I definitely don't hate it. CP is a big show. Won't come visit me and rebuild the diesel because he'll have to admit how cool Harbor Freight. I can promise you this much right now, Zephael. If I had to come work, I think people would actually see a different light side of me if they actually see me. The biggest problem is you can't make videos with everybody. And I just can't explain that to people that don't understand that. You cannot just walk into a shop every day. First of all, you got music playing, and that's copyright strikes. Second of all, you got people that don't want to be on camera. Third of all, you got people that think that you're making a bunch of money, that they should get paid. There's so many entities into just walking in and filming. It's just, and it makes my brain hurt. So yeah, I've been inviting CP to my house, hang out for a year now. Him and Henry come for a visit. We're gonna have a blast. Absolutely. All righty, here we go. Guess what, guys? Look at this. You guys have seen this guy on the stream before, but he is the hottest YouTuber on the planet right now. He is the hottest, fastest growing YouTuber on the planet. He's gonna tell us all the secrets tonight. Maybe. Maybe. Who knows?
I know it's working. I mean, I guess the secret is try harder. I don't know.
Oh, wait. Did you just insinuate that we're doing work would actually be the key to success?
I don't know. Maybe. Might have something to do with something.
Yeah, just putting in some time, doing it. I'm trying to catch up in the chat. Boy, these guys are rolling. Almost 100 people in here right tonight. I didn't think there'd be that many people on here tonight, but holy smokes, they are fired up in here tonight. We got Sid. Washington State wrecks, and that's Canada. Dude, I mean, trust me, it's the time to go travel would be the biggest problem.
Well, cost of fuel too. I mean, you can always go buy yourself an electric car, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, well, a Ford Lightning. Have you seen the trailer test with the Ford Lightnings? They get 77 miles to a full charge.
Well, I mean, if you're stopping off at a lot of places, you might pull it off.
Yeah. Smothered Chrome, what's up, brother? CP, you can come supercharge small. Oh, yeah, dude. You can come play with rear ends on mowers. Yeah. Dude, I would do anything. Work on equipment, whatever. Spend a day off, watch reviews, hit that like button. Absolutely, dude. We're going to try to go through here. CP, make a truck box into a camper. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I thought about – I'm actually looking at buying a minivan. I thought about doing this, like a Ford Transit, and turning it into a mini camper so that you could come, they're all over. They call them, what do they call them? Tiny campers or something? Micro campers. They call them micro campers. And, dude, I mean, even if I got like a, one of those diesel sprinters, even those would work pretty good too, get decent gas mileage. So that way you can haul some stuff. It's not easy to travel and wanting to do all that. So I'll let you introduce yourself. I gotta go use the little boys' room quick.
Oh, I'm being left alone with the stream. This is weird.
Sorry about that.
Dudes with wrenches here. All I do on my channel is right now factoid shorts. We do some restorations. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. If you don't want to check it out, don't check it out. I appreciate anyone who has and anyone has helped it grow exponentially. 10 days ago, I was at 700 subscribers, and now we're somewhere over 13,000. So it happens quick. That's all I got to say. The trick, how to make that happen, just keep trying. I don't know any good words of wisdom for that one.
So you're telling me since I talked to you 2 hours ago, you gained 400 more subscribers and went over 13,000?
I think I'm close to 13,500 actually.
Oh, wow. So you gained almost 1,000 subscribers in 2 hours.
Yeah.
That is insane. We got a bunch of people coming here. Hey, dudes. I'm sorry if I missed your deal. Love the pork. I don't know if we had any. Yeah, okay. We're kind of caught up. Maybe you guys are going to have questions. Now, I understand not everybody's a YouTuber. So we're not going to focus on talking about a ton of YouTube stuff. We're going to maybe brush on it a little bit. But the majority of the people that want to watch these live streams don't want to see a bunch of grown men talk about how their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I can sit down here and whine and be like, well, I can't move and I only got 11,500 subscribers now. And I don't know how I'm going to get, you're gaining way more than me.
Hey, calm down.
Don't
be sad.
I'm happy for you. We do know that the one thing about shorts is that YouTube's not doing it in a favorable condition for your channel to grow necessarily if you get a lot of subscribers, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
There's people, but if you guys are on my channel right here to help dudes out, I want you to listen to me. His shorts are great. And these are the shorts you posted them up twice now, right?
Yeah, I've been kind of cycling back through until they kind of hit the little wave of YouTube's popularity, I guess we'll say.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Wow. he was at 10 days ago. You were at how many 10 days ago? 700?
700.
Yeah, 700 subscribers. So anything's possible. That's the one thing I want you guys to take away from this. And I've said this from the beginning. And I've said Dudes has always had a great channel, and I believe in that in my heart. I've always said that. And he struggled. And it is a struggle when you are like, I know some of you guys have channels that are smaller. You can't give up, fellas. You gotta be able to, it's nothing. It's no different than me trying to lose weight. I'm struggling. I've lost like 25 pounds and I'm kind of hitting a plateau, and so I just changed up my food and how I'm doing it. But you can't be afraid to change your situation and do some different things and take some risk. And one thing I want to say is Dudes had talked to me about this before, and I was definitely on board with this. He said, and I told him, I said, if you have under 100,000 subscribers, don't think that you need to be afraid to delete everything off your channel and start again. And I think that advice and that type of mentality is definitely like, you can't be scared to just, you don't have nothing to lose. In 10 days, you literally gained 13,000 subscribers from 700. It can happen overnight to anybody like that. So you gotta be willing to do that. And people they set 2 years waiting on doing this stuff. So anyways.
Well, and that's exactly that. So I spent 2 years building essentially nothing. And I don't want to devalue anybody that has under 1,000 subscribers. It's effort. It's hard work.
Yes.
You got to put in the effort. So I spent 2 years trying to get to 1,000. Let's just say that. And it wasn't happening. I struggled the whole time. I had lost more subscribers than I could count. I mean, it just wasn't getting anywhere. So in 2 years, I went from nothing to nothing. And then in 10 days, I went from 700 to 13,000. And the reality of it is 13,000 is great. It isn't jumping over to actual views on real videos. So we're going to keep trying for that. It's not like 13,000 is, hey, we're done. We're just going to keep going.
13. I literally looked at it, said 12,600 when I talked to you earlier. 1,000 subscribers in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
But like you just said, though, I don't want to devalue what you just said because that was important. If you guys listen to what he just said.
Well, and that's just it. I'm not giving up on this. And if it comes down to the point where it comes to a screeching halt again, and I got to take it all back down and start over and see what else works, we're going to do it. There's nothing that's going to keep me from trying to move up. And if I find a wall, we're going to try to go over it whatever way we can. So
absolutely, dude.
I just really appreciate everybody that's watched that's got us up to this point, because in all my fathom of how this was going to work, I thought, a lofty goal was 3,000 subscribers. To see where we're at in 10 days is just keeps blowing my mind every time I look at it. So, yeah.
Matthew, give me a few minutes. We'll probably have you come on because you're a good dude and you got a small channel and definitely like to see you get some more stuff on here. But let's see here. I just had to take my shoes and socks off. 700. I just had to take my nearly tenfold. Speaking of folding, I should fold these. Yeah, hey, dude, dancing alone with Reynolds. That's what it is, dude. I mean, old school mechanical Cummins step man. There you go. That's pretty cool. Big Block 402. What's up, dudes? Yeah, but I think it should be. I subbed last week to Brother Operation. I don't even know what that is. Grayed out new shorts are working. So we talked about this. I don't want to, once again, I don't want to talk a bunch of YouTube, but we talked about Funk FPV.
Yep.
His channel he's huge on TikTok and he got a bunch. I think a lot of it's his accent. The guy is you can't stop watching him. He's got that East Coast accent and he's really, really cool, chill. He's a good guy and he's funny. And but people like watching him. It's just once you get that deal and people love watching you. But his channel is the same way. He's got 200,000 subscribers, and his shorts get massive views, but his videos are not getting as much massive views. Like some of his videos are only 16,000 with 200,000, and that's a problem. YouTube, you can't trust YouTube right now because they're trying to compete with other people.
Yeah.
So just and it's nothing to take away. Getting a bunch of subscribers with shorts is still a fantastic deal. And I know a bunch of people are just going to start ripping shorts off and thinking that's going to be that's coming to Jesus. But there's got to be some way to get shorts and videos out there at a consistency to make that. So guys, don't think that I wouldn't. I'm not saying not to do it, but I will say that it's also a good balance is the way to build your channel. If you're trying to do it. That's just my advice. I believe. And I've talked to some of the YouTuber people, and I've had my share of recent dilemmas. YouTube is letting some people get away with too much shit right now. I will say that. I had a couple of videos where people were reporting them, and it's and I don't know why YouTube did what they did. And then I just reviewed them, and I was like, I sent in a request for review, and they were like, I don't know why that happened. And I was like, so somebody's went through and reported a bunch of my videos, and there wasn't nothing wrong with them, and I'm not worried about it because I have a pretty strong reputation with that. So it is what it is. There's a bunch of people that are just bitter. They're mad at their own lives because they're not good. So, anyways, let's talk about what we were planning on talking about.
All right, that's enough with the YouTube talk. We're here. We're now.
Yeah, we're done with the YouTube talk. Yeah. Like I said, we're not going to sit here and talk about that crap all night because the majority of you guys want to talk about what if you're here, cars, tools, and stuff like that. So you got this beautiful ride behind you. What do you got behind it tonight?
The green screen?
Yeah. Oh, that's a green screen?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to say that actually. Okay, dude, you had me because it kind of looked like it could be a green screen, but
could
be. This is a beautiful car you got behind you. What do you got? 64 Impala?
That there is a 66 sport sedan. It's a 4-door hardtop model, and she's not a race car by any means. She's just a 250 inline 6 with a 1 barrel and a 2-speed power glide. She's got a 308 gear out back, 1-wheel spinner. She's got the big wheels, and she's just a comfortable cruiser.
It's a nice car. That's your wife's car, right?
That is my wife's car. Because when you have a wife that says, I want this car, go find it, I'll drive it every day, you just find that car. Because if you can get another person into classic cars, definitely do that. That's a hook you want to put into somebody.
And I definitely am all about the classic car stuff. I've kind of got the bug hooked into me lately. Analyzer, I kind of definitely got that. Hit 10T. See if anybody's got any car questions, dudes. With subs, dudes with subs. Yeah, dudes with subs. I definitely have got the bug for working on car stuff, and we were talking about this the other night, and we were talking about the difference between mechanics, car enthusiast, and car guys.
You can group yourself into any 3 of those groups. It's no offense to anybody to be any part of any of them. So
right. But dude was ripping off some knowledge about some stuff, and I've been thrown under the bus. I've been thrown under the bus before because he was talking about some Camaro stuff, and truck transmissions, and we're talking about the Muncie versus the M465 and the M420, and I was like. He was like, do you know the difference? And I'm like, dude, I've seen 9,000 types of shifters in my life, and like, I know that like the Ford ZF transmissions and I don't remember all the numbers on this shit, but I know the difference when I see it as far as which one's junk and what kind of parts break and stuff like that. And I got so many part numbers in my head. Like it just doesn't register with me. Well, Dudes is a true car guy. And so his shorts, he talks a lot about some car knowledge. And the fact the recent one was the Tri-5 with the Vegastor, which I watched it this morning, or no, about midday, I guess. It did show up in my feed, first one. Not joking you, which was interesting. But Dudes he has good knowledge of old car stuff. Like he's an encyclopedia of old car knowledge.
Well, and that does come from a long background of just being in a family that was full of cars. And right. I grew up with that. So it's not like it was forced upon me, but at the same time it was. It's something I took to. So I have gone out of my way to learn things that are just unnecessary knowledge. Nobody needs to know a lot of the stuff. It's fun to throw it out there and let people know. Because anymore, if you think about it, because we got into this discussion the other night, you talk mechanics. You can't hold a mechanic accountable for knowing everything about every car. But I think a lot of people do. They'll automatically throw you under the bus and say, you're a mechanic, you should know this stuff. It's a car, you should know it. And the reality is, no, you shouldn't. Mechanics that have been in the career for 20 years now may have never picked up a timing light. This stuff's getting old. I don't want to like play my age or nothing because I'm not that old, but there's a lot of this older stuff and this older knowledge base that just doesn't exist anymore. That's why everybody's all, heck, let's go put an LS motor in it because that's what they know. And they don't want to know the old stuff because it's not relevant to them.
Well, Unless you're a guy like me that just understands an LS motor can get 20 miles a gallon in an old car.
Yeah, you know. But
Like,
that's just it. I think there's a lot of mechanics that want to carry their knowledge basis over into being essentially a car guy, a guy that wants to rebuild and restore a whole nice old car. And they're going to say, this is what I know works. This is what I know is good. And I'm going to mash those two things together. And we're going to have a cool car we can drive anywhere.
I'm going to field this one real quick. Any recommendations for a Stabby half-inch? Astro Nano Impact's an awesome one. So the M Lives are here. This is a good one right here. M20 had a lower first gear than an M465.
Yes, it did. I think it's 7 to 655. So
there's very little difference in it, really, which is kind of a moot point because first gear is first gear.
Yeah,
so
and it's low as nothing. So
right, like you're talking about, that's like turtle, and then like maybe it's a box turtle versus a snapping turtle. It really doesn't even matter. Close ratio, wide ratio, yeah. See, the kid put a lawnmower car. Oh yeah, that's right here in Iowa. That's Thunderhead 29. He's a smart kid, dude. He's not a kid really. I mean, he's 20-some years old, but he's actually works for a company here that does he's like, I think he's kind of an engineer. What's his Thunderhead 289 what's his name?
I can't remember his name. I just
Luke. Luke's a great guy. I haven't had very many conversations with him, but I did conversate with him a little bit on YouTube, and he's an engineer for a company here, I think, that installs plastic and whatnot on, like, the company he works for puts the cab corners, the plastic snap-on cab corners over the Chevy trucks. So, and I think he kind of designs that stuff. He's a smart guy, dude. 40 miles a gallon out of a Ford Maverick. I mean, come on, dude. 302, and on the dyno it turned 44 horsepower or something like that. Just that's the thing though. People don't understand, and it's about old cars and new cars, which I do understand that. Like, that people always take a V8 and then they want to dump a bunch of fuel in it, put a big cam, make it go fast, and then they're always like, man, this thing eats a lot of gas. Well, there's a lot of reasons why these cars do what they do, is because we're dumb Americans. And we have to have that power out of them. I mean, I just watched Junkyard Diggs' video last night, and they're running 6-cylinders down the highway that are getting 20 miles a gallon years ago. And you know that in the 80s, 90s, yeah, like that car.
This gets 24 miles a gallon.
So why is it that, like, that's what people don't understand. Why did it take from 1980 to 2000? We're talking a 20-year span to do what we were already doing in that year, because the government put emission regulations on cars, which completely screwed everything up.
Well, perfect example. I got a 1982 one-ton with 410 gears and a 454. It gets 12 miles the gallon going down the highway, and it's screaming the whole time. I have an 05 with a 6-liter, same gearing, same everything. It gets 9 no matter what you do with it.
Yep.
So how does a fuel-injected motor that's a small block get less mileage than a carbureted big block?
Absolutely. Because bad emissions regulations.
Yeah.
Emissions is what the problem is I don't even know if I want to say this, because probably going to get me to somebody, but the government's getting their fingers into, they ruin fuel economy for a reason. They want every car to get 300 miles out of a tank. That's basically what they want to get. I swear to God, and I could be wrong about this, but if you look at it across the board, I've noticed this ever since I was a mechanic, that almost every car is set up to get 300 miles a tank. Have you ever noticed that?
I have noticed that, now you say it. And I mean, economically, it kind of makes some sense geographically, because then it keeps a lot of places in business along the way. I mean, if everybody could get 700-800 miles to a tank, I could drive across this whole state and never have to stop. So,
well, a 21 or 24 or 26 gallon tank, you just look at the different trucks. Some of them get 400. There's different cars, so I don't want to do that. But like my Subaru, it's got a 15-gallon tank. It'll go 300 miles, maybe a little more, 300 miles on a tank of gas. That's what it's set up to do. Whereas my truck has to have a bigger tank, but it's set up to go 300 miles. And it's just, those emissions regulations put a stronghold. If you go in and tune your car yourself, just like Luke did at Thunder 289, he made a car. Well, granted, it ain't got no power. 41 horsepower or 44 horsepower. You ain't going anywhere fast, but you can get anywhere you want. Yep. And still get, and now you're going to be beating the guy. Like, he's getting better fuel mileage with a car that's 30 years old versus some people's cars that are 4-cylinder hybrids there's some that aren't even doing that. I know my buddy's Prius, he's like, oh yeah, I get 38 or 36 miles a gallon on it. You know?
Well, perfect example is your very early on Geo Metros with a 3-cylinder.
Yeah.
I mean, those things were getting 40 miles the gallon in the 90s. And just killing it, but they didn't have any power. You take one of those down the highway, you were lucky if you'd make it up the next hill without losing 15 mile an hour.
Yeah, you can only get 70 to 100 miles from an EV. Yeah, I'll tell you another thing I see is that the freaking Tesla stuff. I've seen a couple. Oh, here we go. We got computer controlled. Yeah, well, that's the kind of Luke. The other had Luke has an air fuel ratio. He has his actually computer controlled. On his, he has an air fuel ratio controller on his carbureted engine. That's the biggest thing is because he's controlling that air fuel ratio when you're doing it. And I've said this 100,000 times. That's the key to all your success. Is if you guys actually wanted to save fuel mileage, this is where you understand. This is why I got into doing this with electronics. Is starting to understand with a scan tool. I have a scan tool hooked up to my truck and my car all the time for that very reason, so that I can monitor the engine and make sure that it's getting the best possible performance. I don't listen to the radio because I always watch the scan tool to see that, make sure that my, like, even from the leave and whatnot, that, that I'm getting the full understanding of my car's performance. And that's what we need is more. You need more monitors on your car to understand. Like, get gauges. You can get gauges that will monitor that stuff too. So. Thank you, Travis, for the super chat earlier too, buddy. I seen the $2 holler. Ryobi is trash. Appreciate that.
And I think Luke's proven a good point with everybody likes to overcarburate their motors and then complain carburetors don't work. You're putting too much gas in; it's not going to work.
Yeah, there's another good one right here. 7.3 IDI or an old Cummins. You can basically burn everything you want to on them. They're saving tons of. That's what, if everybody started doing this shit, which I think there's a lot of people that are, to be honest with you. Yep. Like, this isn't something that's, you guys just don't hear about it as much, but there's a lot of people in this world that are smart and they've been doing stuff like this for a couple minutes. And that's why it's coming out. This stuff just didn't come out of the woodwork, and it's just have been happening. I can almost guarantee you the last 20 years, people have been doing it. Well, I know for a fact, if you look at like Zip Ties and Buy Supplies, I mean, that guy literally has been dumping his used motor oil into his old trucks. Granted, he's a colorful character, but he was not wrong for what he was doing. And that's a lot of people that are in that area or not in a rural area have been doing that shit. Farmers and whatnot.
I'll tell you a good story. I used to travel all over the United States installing communications equipment. So I ran into a lot of different characters that I'd work with. And I used to drive around a pretty hopped up little front wheel drive 3800 supercharged Regal, and I liked it. It got good mileage and it had performance. Other than that, it was just a 4-door piece of crap car. But I ran into a guy that was running around. I think this was back in 06, so he had probably like a first year of Chevy Trailblazer with the inline 6 4200, and he had put a homemade hydrogen bubbler system on it. And that guy would flat out run my car like it was standing still. And he's like, yeah, I'm getting like 36 miles a gallon with this thing. And that's impossible to think of with a Chevy Trailblazer. Those things did not get good mileage.
It doesn't surprise me.
And he was just a smart guy. And he's like, I just built this and I got this tuner and this is how I drive it. And I'm like, that's nuts. Why aren't you famous somewhere?
Because there's lots of guys that, I mean, there's a lot of smart people. There's groups out there about this stuff. Guys, people are fighting back to save fuel mileage on this stuff. And you just have to, if you really want to know, that's the thing, like this right here, O2 sensors drive rich and lean for cats. Yes, exactly. They are, they're really the bane of my existence.
Yep.
O2 sensors are what really probably cost you the most fuel mileage, to be honest with you. If you can delete those, which I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah,
because that's
don't
like
do that.
Don't do it. No. don't do that. But I'm saying if they weren't on your vehicle, they would definitely make a big difference.
I mean,
Now,
don't put a resistor in there that makes it read a certain number or anything. That doesn't work either.
yeah, that doesn't work either. My Ford F-150 08 4.2 has 438 original motor and has 2 sets of timing chains. Still runs great. That doesn't surprise me. Good. You got to keep a hold of the good motors too. That's the thing is, don't that video of Lake where the trucks almost hits him in the back of the head. Yeah, like I said, Zip Guy's he's not a dumb dude, but he definitely does some. I mean, there's people that you misunderstand people, guys. That's the thing is about what I hate about YouTube is you see something and how they act. I do it all the time. People think because I bag on Harbor Freight that I absolutely hate Harbor Freight. I could care less. At the end of the day, I only do it just to rub some people wrong, because they're just being assholes anyways, and they deserve it. You know, it's like a bully. You know, when I see a little kid getting picked on or something like that, well, I'm gonna go up and push him in the back. Hey, what are you doing, dummy? And I'll keep pushing them. You know, you want to be a annoying little twat. You know, but people get misunderstood because of how they are, and I think you got to see through their intentions. So, Nicholas, how you doing? Jimmy, my son Supra, the ones 11s gets 29 on the highway. Absolutely. Performance doesn't always mean bad fuel mileage either. And there you go. Country Miles got a truck too that he runs everything off of too. People ripping off carburetors off perfectly good running cars, but Holly Sniper, and they don't even know how to tune the Holly Sniper. We were talking about this the other night too. I have a huge problem with the Holly kit because you get it and people think, oh, you know, you're just going to throw this on and you're going to make 1,000 horsepower. That's not how it is. This is fantasy, guys. That's fantasy by seeing people that do that stuff. And I know how you feel about that, dude. Right? It's just you need to understand.
You know how I feel about all new things. I'm kind of against them in general. So
I'm not against them, but the problem is you have to understand how to use them.
Yes.
You know?
And it's a skill set. At this point, I have a lot of skill sets. And I don't want to take on that one because that is a huge dedication of time to know exactly what you're doing with that. Absolutely. It's not just to jump in 2 feet first and expect to know it right out of the gate. It's something you're going to have to mess with.
Yeah, you can make a carburetor, and we've talked about this before. You absolutely can tune a carburetor to do what you want. And I think like Luke Thunder at 289 does a lot of good explanations about this. It's not even worth my time to try it because I'm not good enough to explain it. I'd just be like, listen, fellas, you hook up your air fuel ratio, you tune your carburetor, and then you gotta play with that stuff. It's not as simple as putting on a video and doing it. Like Luke has done several videos on this carburetor for this car that he's done and the tuning and whatnot like that. And then not only that, you can have catastrophic problems too. I think Luke's pretty in tune with that. Like he says all the time, he's waiting for a backfire to come off this carb. And he's not wrong. Like if you ran that thing too rich and it backfired, it just boom. And he's got a plastic intake that he made for it, a custom plastic intake. There's a lot. You have to literally know your car good enough, I think, and he did. He drove it long enough. He knew his car good enough. Probably actually put a smaller carb on it first. Was probably messing around with it. I mean, I would, in my opinion, if you had like a carb car, any V8, I think you could take and put a 2-barrel carburetor on it, and you could have a 4-barrel and go to the racetrack. Like if you want to do drag and drive events, it would not be something that I would see uncommon for guys that start doing is have a 2-barrel carb setup they can run where it's set up for bare minimum fuel and still get them down the road, and then switch it over when they get to the track to a 4-barrel carburetor. I've been thinking about that too.
Well, let's touch on that.
Yeah.
So you have that. It exists. It's called a quadrajet. Everybody wants to scream, those things are junk. If you build them right and they're doing what they're supposed to, they are the perfect carb for that. If you keep them out of the 4-barrel, it's 200 CFM if you're lucky on the front 2 barrels, and you can go to 700 CFM with the 4 barrels. Everybody disgraces those carbs because they went bad over time, and everybody that bought a car with one, it was junk. They weren't very fixable and customizable, but out of the box new, they worked great. That's why they kept using them.
You definitely nailed it with that. That's it. And so I've always liked quadrajets. because I'm like, dude, they were set up for being fuel efficient. People dogged on them because they couldn't tune them to make a bunch of horsepower.
Here's the best part, and you can think of it this way, and this is very simple to think about, and I like to point this out to everybody. If you look at a Ford 2-barrel carburetor, you can get them in about 350 CFM. They came on mini 289s, 302s. When you punch the gas with 350 CFM, you're going to get all that 350 CFM right out of the gate, and that motor is going to choke, and it's going to bog if it doesn't have any performance modifications. It's just going to go, I don't like 350 CFM. If you step into a Quadrajet, you're never going to get that full load until it picks up X amount of vacuum. So you're going to have a little transition of a bog, but the whole car is going to pick up speed without being flooded, where a 2-barrel is going to flood it. You're actually going to get worse mileage, worse performance with a 2-barrel than you are a 4-barrel that's working correctly.
Absolutely. You're so much better. That's why your shorts are blowing up, man. You're better explaining this shit than I am. I'm Neanderthal. You know, I kind of like have it in my head. I'm just not very good with being fluent with the words to spit it out in a way that people understand. You know, I'm like, here you go, guys. Little hole, big hole. You know,
well, I've actually bought a lot of the Quadrajet books. My dad has shelves of them. He was always the guy that just took them off of everything, stuck them on a shelf, stuck something better on there. So, I mean, when I was younger, I thought it was cool. Like, hey, these are good carburetors. Somebody told me I'm going to figure out how to rebuild these, sell them, do something with them. What I figured out, there's 1,000 variations. It takes special tooling to properly diagnose and fix them. And there was a lot of years where GM specifically, I don't know about the rest of the brands, the set screws on a Quadrajet, they set them in the factory, made them this, and then they would go in and actually essentially break that screw. So you could sit there and tune on it all day. It wasn't going to do anything because they didn't want people messing with them, because once it's set up, there is no real tuning. You're just going to mess it up after that. Right. And then once it wears out, it's junk. You got to rebuild it. It's like anything else.
Absolutely. It is. It's fun. That's why I like these old cars, man. I think people need to revisit and build and get them into it. I like what. Thank you, Vanishing Fox, for the $9.99 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate the content you're doing, and appreciate you being a channel member. Always. We got cubic inches times RPM divided by for CF now. There you go. Yep. Yeah, Jimmy throwing out some wisdom there.
And that's the biggest thing is everybody's like, oh yeah, you should put a 600 CFM carburetor on a 350. Not if it's stock. Like 500 will do you just fine.
Right.
Yeah. But all the aftermarket companies, they're happy to sell you a 700 CFM carburetor that bolts right on there, even though it's not going to run for crap.
Right. Yeah, you got to have the ability to pump through that fuel. I don't know how many cars I've picked up in my life, man. And I know you've seen this too. How many cars have you went to go buy and this guy's like, oh man, dude, got a Holly 750 double pumper on it. And I'm like, what kind of cams it got in it? Oh, it's like 190. No, I'm like, so you got a stock cam and a 750 Holly on it? Like, what are you doing with all the extra fuel you're doing? Oh, bro, I just dump it right out the tail. Oh, he doesn't. Yeah. You know, it's just like
I put a spark plug back there and I hit this button and it shoots flames like 10 feet.
Yeah, I love it because it shoots all these flames, man, when I let off of it. But yeah, that's just, I'd have a heyday at Chiefs. Oh yeah. Chef's got the junkyard that everybody wishes. Hey, Dave, what's up, Nick? How you doing, brother? Me too. Let me catch up with a few of these. Andy from United.
I would like to mention I did order that 1776 special from old JD Tico there. And I got my little flashlight the other day, and I felt like kind of a fool because I kept trying to turn it on, and I'm like, this thing's broke. And then I finally unscrewed the end. Yeah, that thing right there.
I didn't tell that. I wondered how many people you know.
That was me. I'm over there like the green light's coming on the end when I plug it in. And I tore it apart, took that out of there and blinded myself. And I was like, geez, this thing.
It's a nice flashlight, dude.
That's
actually a good. I don't know. I didn't hear what Nick ever told me what the story is with that flashlight, but that thing is. Let me go grab it real quick. Let me go.
She is bright.
Since we're talking about it. Dude's alone again.
I'm alone in the castle. I'm gonna steal things. All right. He's gone. All right, well. Who has questions? Oh.
crazy deal getting excited about a flashlight like I don't have 9,000 of them.
Yeah, I got like 5. I could mistake it in the pile of ones that look just like it, but it's good.
It's rechargeable. They hit the nail on the head with this. Is this a exclusive JD Tico light? I do need to know that. I should have asked Nick.
Yeah, I was going to look up to see if I could find that model anywhere to see if it was rebadged or whatever, but I didn't take the time.
Well, it's an easy red light. It is rebadged. It's not a JD Tico light. It's an easy red light, an RF 500. Half inch impact driver. Dewalt, Milwaukee, Makita. Can't go wrong with any of those.
I like my Dewalt.
Yeah, Rochester Quadrant. There you go. I had no problems. Let's see here. This reminds me of WW2 Jeep changes 12 volt, 6 volt. Why they work so well. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Well, we were talking about this. That brings up another good point. Starters. The starters. So you're talking about 6 volt, 12 volt, and now they have cars that are kind of almost damn near 24 volt in some of them. But starters, they got high volume starters now. How many you got? I tell people all the time, I don't replace starters anymore. It's not a common practice. That's because they've upped them. They've upped their game.
Well, and like I was saying the other night, you can go and get Chevy 350 small block we'll use, for instance, and you can buy this big, giant, heavy starter, and you can throw it on there for $45-$50. Or you can go into any performance catalog, and you can get a mini high torque, adjustable, change direction, crazy aluminum little guy starter for $90. And that thing will whip that motor over so much faster and cleaner, and you'll be way happier with it. So just spend the extra money at the end of the day. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but I enjoy high torque starters. I like how they work.
I've repaired so many Mustang Camaros with 750s. I show the math. That says that we're ready for 10,500 RPM, and then we go down to 600. Jimmy, I mean, you can't tell, and I'll tell you what, you'll be the biggest asshole in the world the minute you tell any guy with a Mustang or a Camaro or anything. It don't matter. It don't have to be those. Anybody I've ever told, truck carburetors, any of them that I've ever told that, you're an idiot, you're dumb, you're a fool, you know.
Well, and quadrajets lead into that misconception. Is if you look at a factory quadrajet, it's good for like 650 CFM, sometimes 750, depending on if it was a big block or something. So somebody will say, oh man, that quadrajet was 750 CFM, but it never used it. It couldn't pull enough vacuum out to actually open the rear barrels that far. So it was probably only running 450 to 500 at any regular RPM that a factory motor could run.
Best air hammer for the money, probably the Chief one from Harbor Freight. To be honest with you, for dirt cheap, and it works good.
I have Chief an Sioux Tools model.
Yeah, Sioux Tools model. That I don't know what the Sioux Air one is. Well, that's pretty much the same as Snap-on.
Yeah. Mine's as old as me, and I love it because it just works.
Well, you guys probably have a bunch of shit up there from means they're close. They're $500. Yeah. It's a good air hammer. Don't get me wrong, but I'm sure if you're asking for it to save money, you're not gonna. The Sioux air hammers are they're made in USA too. Yep. If you're wanting to follow the made in USA and you know, like Sioux Air Tools is basically the same as Snap-on because that's who makes a lot of their stuff. But Sioux actually makes Snap-on's air hammers.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, have for years. Sioux Air has made their air hammers, a lot of their air tools. They didn't used to be worth a shit. They've finally gotten their stuff together. I will say that back in the day, I didn't really have any big hype for them.
I was always told there was a period of time there where you didn't want to own them. And I actually have some impacts by them that I don't use. They just sit on a shelf because they're not
late
good.
90s, early 2000s. They were pretty much junk. I don't know. They were trying to import parts or something, which a lot of them do have them, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I stick mostly, like a lot of my air stuff is I have a couple old Sioux tools, you know, specialty tools, but then most of my air stuff is all Ingersoll Rand, which I've never had any problems with.
Oh, wow. 750 double pumpers on Hondas, 20,000. Oh, man. Let's see here. I I do love a good Holly 650 double humper. So yes, JD Tico bought all these flashlights, which is interesting. Let's see here. We got any other? Everyone calls us all the time for lights not working. Ha! Are you kidding me? I should have done that on the video, but the video didn't do any great. Yeah, guys, open up the light.
Yeah, unscrew this piece here.
Take out the black piece that stops it from touching the deal. It has this little piece in there. If you guys don't know, take that out.
Well, see, what threw me is if you plug your charging cord into just the end,
oh yeah, it
will turn green. So I was like, oh man, it must be connected. And it's sitting there green. And I'm just like, hey, it's doing its thing. And then I'm like, no, it's not.
Not going to lie. I did the same thing. Left it overnight. Came back and then got in the morning and I went, and I'm like, and nothing went on. And I said, oh, I was like, well, this is broken. And I was like, oh, I'll bet it's got a cardboard piece in there.
Yep.
That's what I said right away. So, yeah, fellas. Wasted talent. Look at this guy's in here. We got Ryan. The man with no internet. What's up, nerds?
Burning up with the internet. He's probably standing on the side of a mountain right now, just hanging off of a tree, like, hey.
No kidding. How did you get that message out, Ryan?
Yeah.
How did you get that message out on this? I want to know.
He's smoke signaling to somebody on a different mountain with internet.
He's got two antennas with tinfoil on the ear, and he's like, had one wire stuck in his mouth. Oh, it literally says it on the box. Do I have the box right here? Ha!
Oh. Well, I don't read boxes. Come on now.
Yeah, we're guys. We don't read directions. Come on, Nick.
Yeah.
Have people seen the lawnmower carburetors on cars get crazy? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the first time I've ever seen that because that's what do you talk? What's a CFM on that carburetor? On that?
Oh, it's nothing.
Yeah, like 50 CFM.
Yeah,
maybe.
Some big words like volumetrics, something. Yeah, he had big words he was throwing out there.
Yeah, he's got that engineer talk. Love to hear the back barrels on a quad. Oh yeah, dude, that's one of my favorite. That's why I've always loved the quadrajets. Dude, so what did I have a quadrajet that I had that had just was, I used to just laugh at people. I had a quadrajet on my Impala. I had a quadrajet on my Impala, my 60 or Caprice. I can't remember what it was now. My 69 Caprice. I had a quadrajet on it. And I drove that thing all the way to Minnesota in the middle of winter, and it got like 21 miles a gallon. And it all boiled down to me never getting in the four barrels. And people always used to tell me that when I was younger, don't get in there. Don't get into four barrels.
I used to have an old 80s Chevy pickup, and she wasn't fast, but I could mess around with it, and it would be fast. It had a 308 rear gear, quadrajet 350, and it was four-wheel drive. So you'd get on it, and it was so high geared that you'd never get into the four barrels that often unless you were in a low enough gear. So it was always fun to kick her down into four low, but not lock in the front hubs, and then just mash the throttle and get to do things it shouldn't be doing. Probably wasn't good for it, but it was fun. You could walk around corners sideways and look like you were fast.
Yeah, Thunderhead, 40 miles a gallon with 60 horsepower. He doesn't even get 60 horsepower. He's got 44 on the dyno.
60 at the back of the block.
Oh man, you should hear the story of my trouble getting internet. Do you have internet now? Do you actually have internet now, Wasted Talent? Hey, Country Mile.
I don't think he's got internet.
He makes good socket rails. I need an upgrade. Westing Machine, Ernst. There's several that I would consider. I'd say Westing Machine are the aluminum ones, and I would say Ernst, and then I would say my peg style ones, which I can't remember. I can't think what the name of them are. I pretty much love those. They work fine for me, but I buy them off the Snap-on trucks, so they're lifetime warranty. Larry, you should absolutely talking to my dad. Is probably one of the best to learn about mechanics from. I really like that. Yeah, he is. He's a good dude, Larry. He's definitely a very humble. You know what he reminds me of? Most of the people I know in Iowa. I'll be honest with you. Like, just a smart guy, but he's just a good dude. That's all he is. He's in the military and whatnot. So November is the new day. Wow. Oh, you're getting Starlink, aren't you? Yeah. That's like you can't get nothing now. I have Starlink. My dad tuned it. There you go. Yeah. See if I can catch up with any other. I apologize for running around some of you guys. Big Dad Trav, I seen you. Aerostar Ramirez, what's up, brother? Christopher Shepard, I like Matco air hammers. Yeah, they're great. I have a Matco air hammer. It's awesome. 70s Mopar Hemi. Yeah. Oh, there you go. I've seen Honda's. We already got to that. Let's catch up in the chat here. Let's see here.
DSL.
DSL Starlink is your solution. Yeah, really, it really is. But everybody's buying it now. Sad thing is when I said it was, when I was thinking about getting it a year ago, it was readily available, and then all of a sudden it just went off the chart. VW Bug made 44. Thunderhead made 50. No, he made 44. Oh, maybe he did make 58. I could be wrong about that. I don't want to say. I think that's exactly what I might be thinking of. You're right, Jason. It might have been that he was trying to be lower than the Bug. I know that I watched Junkyard Digs last night, so I'm all screwed up. I know that Ike's Bel Air hit like 100 horsepower, which was crazy. And then hit Junkyard Diggs' little Concord made like 80 horsepower. So that might have been what it was. It made 50, which is actually kind of impressive. You think about it, 58 horsepower for that. That's freaking stupid. Converting. CP says he's converting to Milwaukee tool line. No, I already had Milwaukee. I threw that shit in the garbage. You're mistaken. You must not have watched my channel for a while, Chris. I will never go back to Milwaukee ever again. And it's funny is all the time and all the hate that I got from the Milwaukee fanboys. I'm just gonna go on a little rant here, quick. All the hate and all the shit that people talk to me about how Milwaukee is great, and now Milwaukee announced at their pipeline event that they're making new style batteries. So weird. Everybody told me there wasn't a problem before. Okay, you guys must have voted for Biden. I know it for a fact now. All you Milwaukee fanboys, I know it for a fact now. That'll piss some people off. If you can take that personal, but I know that for a fact now because Milwaukee finally, they didn't want to admit they had a problem like most people. They never even addressed it, and then they just rolled it out of the pipeline like, oh yes, we're making a new battery and we're so superior to everybody. Yeah, guys, you're getting bought up from these guys and these corporations when you buy that shit. All right, let's see how many people got fired up in the chat now. Larry and Chef, if you guys don't calm down and get a room, I'm going to literally put you guys in timeout. You're talking about going to visit each other, and you got a little bromance thing going on here right now. They need to put a line in this place. Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, that's the problem when you want to live somewhere and have live out in the middle of the boonies. That's the price you pay: seclusion.
Here's the thing you got to remember on that, though, coming from the IT guy. Iowa, strangely enough, has done a lot of initiatives to have internet everywhere. So living in Iowa is kind of weird because you're in the middle of nowhere and you have internet. And then you hear about these people that really aren't in the middle of nowhere and they're like, we can't get internet. And it's like, weird. Iowa has internet.
Well, you know that Iowa put in for that, $3 billion internet upgrade?
Yep, I mean, broadband.
Yeah, they were doing it because they have so many farmers with tractors. I'm pretty sure it's kind of the deal. What I remember hearing is they wanted to see if they could get Wi-Fi to all these guys in the field so they could help do their crop. They could get the win for it was they could find out their crop numbers faster. So that way the buyers, it was a benefit for global economy. That's the reason why. It's because it was a benefit for global economy to find out crop numbers faster. So
yeah, and then it'll just become a mandate. And if you can't afford that system, I guess a bigger farmer is going to buy you. It's weird.
Did you just see we ranked 12th in the United States again? We almost made it in the top 10 for best places to live in America.
Yeah, actually, I did see that.
Yeah. So,
because, jobs and stuff.
Love the catch-up. JD Jersey. Nick knows I hate Milwaukee. I'm not. There are two companies I can't stand is Milwaukee and Gear Wrench. And I got no problem with anybody. I got no problem with anybody buying the shit, using it, whatever. Do what you want to do. Things. Yeah, do what you want to do, guys. I'm just telling you. You won't. I own like 3 Milwaukee tools, which I do like the Milwaukee tools that I own. I don't really care about owning a bunch of their stuff, but Gear Wrench I hate. I think Gear Wrench is absolutely one of the worst freaking tools I think you're better off buying Icon. That's a fact. I honestly
Now, old gear wrench is included in that statement, or just new?
No, new gear wrench.
Okay, because I don't buy new, but I have some old.
Yeah, it's completely different story. And like the Max Bite sockets, it's like everything though. I have to go through and look. There's some shit they come out with that's good, but I don't believe that the entire brand is like. I don't get brand loyal to these companies. I don't give a shit about your company and what you build. I don't care if you can stamp Snap-on on everything. You can put it on my hot dogs. It ain't going to make me eat them hot dogs anymore. If I don't like the hot dog, I'm going to tell you the hot dog shit. You know, that's all there is to it. I don't care. So, and people get offended when you tell them their brand. And that's why I have a bunch of people that unsubscribe. I probably lost 10 subscribers now. Like, he's an asshole. He hates Gear Wrench. Dude, come on, fellas. Seriously? You want to build a corporation and be a friend with them versus a guy who wants to be honest to you and tell you the truth? Like, that's what's screwed up about America. I know I'm a fat guy and I'm not beautiful. If I had big boobies, which I do, calm down, guys. I know, but if I had big boobies, long hair, and I was a woman, you guys would buy anything that I literally said. You know, go to TikTok. I mean, you would literally, like, I could sell you shit on a shingle, and everybody would be like, "Oh my god, it's the greatest thing in the world." You know?
Yeah. Brand loyalty is a problem, I think, with a lot of products and
It is.
industry in general. You get these people that are just absolutely hooked on something, and you can't tell them they're wrong. And the facts are right there. It's like, just do a little bit of research and you're like, that's not as good as what you can buy right over there. Like,
look at this. Look at this right here. Over 25,000 battery straps sold, and Milwaukee didn't have a problem. 25,000 battery straps sold. Nick said his cover still. Yeah, they will. I think they made sure that they wouldn't do any of that stuff. But
so I will say this, because I use Milwaukee widely where I work, because that's what they provide. And I have everything Milwaukee there. At home, I have everything Dewalt. Just because I bought into it, I have the batteries. It's not like Dewalt's the best. It's not. That's what I have. So I will say this. I use both. I can be the guy that I don't love either one of them, but I don't replace any of my Dewalt stuff. And I turn Milwaukee batteries in all the time because they just stop charging.
They're not. That's why they use that fight. They're all about sales, man. They use that marketing shit. You can tell. You know what? I can tell a pig with lipstick any day of the week because they start pushing out marketing shit. My grandpa always said this: if you have a good product or service, you never need to advertise. Okay. Hilti has some of the best tools out there. If you guys watch Man Caver, Hilti has some of the, like you talk about, they're no frills, no option tools, but they're some of the strongest, baddest ass tools out there. And they're super expensive and they're contractor grade. And yet they don't advertise.
Nope.
Why do you think that is, fellas? You know?
I got an old Hilti hammer drill. You can't beat it. There's nothing that I've ran into that's better than that drill.
Yeah, dude. And there's just some of the cordless tools are better. Now, I still believe in some corded tools too. So, but it's just a debate that I don't care to argue about anymore. It's like it's annoying to me. So I just do shit. I get pissed off when somebody starts arguing with me, and then the next thing I know, here I make a video flaming Milwaukee. I don't give a shit what you own. I'm not gonna I don't judge you based on your tools. Trust me.
Let's go completely off camp here to a completely different industry. When I was younger, I got big into just repairing stuff for money. So I ran into a guy that he ran a laundromat, and he would get rid of industrial washers. And he would get rid of them because they had enough hours and time on them that it just wasn't worth fixing because he had to pay somebody to do that. So I'd say, hey, I'll take it for scrap. I was doing scrap at the time. And I went, this is worth more if I fix it. So I'm going to figure out how to fix it. They're super basic and they're really reliable and industrial grade. So I started fixing some laundromat, high-end washers and dryers. And nobody wanted to buy them because they're like, oh, it's a no frills. Look at this piece of junk. I'm like, yeah, but you can throw a boulder in this thing and it's not going to care. Like it's just going to go. And I started just repairing them and putting them in my own house. And I didn't buy a washer forever. And then I finally got to the point where I just didn't have access to that kind of stuff anymore. And I had to go buy an actual washer. And I've done nothing but replace washers because they're unfixable pieces of garbage.
Yep.
When this no frills, basic optioned industrial grade version was unstoppable. I mean, it was just.
So since you said that, I want you to know that in my basement right now is a Maytag pair or Kenmore. It might be a Kenmore. It might be a Kenmore because they're pretty much the same. My buddy owns a appliance repair service here in Iowa, and I said to him, he goes, I want a washer that's bulletproof. And I go, I don't really care. So this washer and dryer is 11 years old. That's in my basement, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how many you can. I can guarantee you there ain't a person in here probably can say that they've had a washer and dryer it's over 11 years old because it's 20 years old now for the pair of them. So they're 20 years old, and the only thing that had been replaced on it was I had to replace a switch on the deal, and then I think the pump motor might have been replaced when I bought it. Anyways, long story short, I don't have to work. It's no frills. It does the job. You put the clothes in. It does a little. It makes a lot of noise. It's kind of loud, but it's a top loader, all that shit. And I've never had to do anything to it for 11 years since it's been here, except for that one switch, in the switch in the top where the button goes down when you shut the lid. Dryer, that I haven't done absolutely anything to it. I don't overload it. Obviously, it's just me, so I'm not putting a whole. It's not getting beat up every day. I mean, that definitely wears on it more, but you have to use it to a decent amount of time because if they set too long, the pumps get that soap in there and then they cake up and then that causes them to go bad. There's just things that you do. And I never leave the lid closed neither. That's another thing that happens. When they leave the lid closed, I guess that's can cause some issues. But that's what he told me. He fixed that thing. He goes, Chad, it'll be wherever. Larry, let's make a trip out and come up here and visit, and then we'll head over to CP's. Only 8 hours for me. Hey, dude, whatever. Hell, I'll come over and see you, chef. Don't matter to me. We'll all have a party. I mean, I'm telling you. Check out David Vizard, Andy from Unity Motorsports on YouTube, Fuel Mileage and Big Power. There you go. Okay, I definitely will, Jason. That sounds. I love that. I'm a nerd like that. I really am. How do you get free batteries? Oh, I get free batteries too from Dewalt. That's why I stick with Dewalt. Not gonna lie to you, I get free batteries. Because I have a buddy who works for a company that sells 1860-50 cells. They actually have the same power pack internals as the battery, and they use them. And so that's why I switched to DeWalt. That's honestly the reason why I went to DeWalt, because I can take the case apart, slap his cells in there, and do minimal work and have a brand new set of batteries inside that deal. That's why I went to DeWalt. 100% the reason why I'm a DeWalt fan. I think the batteries are easier to mess with too. Yep.
And see, that what you said right there is a perfect example. I've rebuilt batteries myself, and I've taken them and gotten them rebuilt, but by places. A lot of people would think, oh, this battery's bad, let's just chuck it away. They're expensive to buy new, and there's a lot of places that rebuild them cheap.
Yep, exactly. And that's the thing is Milwaukee, the M12s, you can't get rebuilt where the shit because they glue them into this little donger thing right there. People won't rebuild them.
And I did find out a lot of lithiums people don't like to touch either.
The all new 9mm line. Yeah, I think I've seen Zephiel making jokes about me on the Glock. I like Glocks. I'm not a huge Glock fan, but Glocks are easy to repair. Another thing when it comes to firearms, you can't go wrong. If I was going to hand somebody a pistol and say, "Look, this is where your mentality is," like I would give you here's my line of stuff that I would tell somebody to get a Subaru because they're easy to work on, or maybe an old carbureted car. But I'm telling you, like this to make society function with little. If you want to save money, you want a firearm, get a Glock. Even an ARs are cheap to fix. Get a Subaru, they're cheap to fix. If you want to make your life simple, stop buying the shit that's overcomplicated. That's all there is to it. People have to have bells and whistles. When you add in extra movable parts, all that stuff, if you want to have that nice leather heated and cooled seat, be prepared to replace the cooling portion of that seat. Be prepared to replace your seat heaters. All that stuff is extra money that you're going to have to deal with. Starlink, Nick Pixel TV, out of the shadows. Who's this guy? I don't even know who this guy is. I haven't heard from him in weeks. I'm just kidding. He's been a busy guy. Let's see here. Nick, Zephiel, hope all is well. The real reason they have internet CP2I is so John Deere can keep tabs on all their tractor subscriptions. There you go. I'm sure it is. Yeah. That's what I'm saying is like there's suddenly now Icon is Icon and Pittsburgh fan. Suddenly now I'm an Icon. I think Gear Wrench was good until they moved to China. Absolutely. Well, Apex Tool Group is a shitty tool group. Guys, and I will tell you, this is why I like Stanley Black & Decker, because I think they recognize a little bit of, and I know Nick from JDT Go doesn't like Stanley Black & Decker. I work for Mac Tools too, but the Mac people versus I never really had to deal with the Stanley Black & Decker people, but the Mac people are different than the Stanley Black & Decker. I don't know how that is, but anyways, one way or another, I don't like Apex Tool Group because they're a bunch of shysters, in my opinion. They literally they're another marketing company. You watch what they do. They went around and give tools to like Sarah and Tune and stuff like that. All these people that are basically they're actors. They're paid actors on YouTube. They're not real. They're not real people. They're not really out here doing their own shit. They may act like they are, but there's somebody behind the scenes that's doing their stuff for them. Whatever. I don't give a shit. It's not me. I'm not here to debate any of that. I don't care. But GearWrench is just trash, in my opinion. I think you can go to get Icon and you're going to be better off than Icon or than that. So, anyways, love my 45-year-old plug-in hammer, but the Milwaukee people are the only ones who give me shit about my rigid battery operated tool. Yeah. And the funny thing about it is that's how stupid they are. When you got a Milwaukee person giving you shit about a rigid battery tool, like it's made by the same company, dumbass. Like, are you literally kidding me? I mean, I love these guys that die on this hill of rigids, the best. And dude, TTI.
Doesn't Milwaukee make the Walmart brand electric tools too, like Hurt or whatever?
Yeah, TTI. Yeah. It's all dude. Ryobi. The Ryobi, I talked to a very.
Oh yeah, Ryobi's part of that too.
I about that. I talked to a Ryobi rep, and he literally told me, he said the Ryobi 1 Plus motors are the same motors that they put into Milwaukee. And I got into a fight with a guy who was a good friend of mine on YouTube. He literally lost his shit. That's how you can tell I hate Milwaukee fanboys. He's like, I don't care, you're an idiot. I remember and I was like, dude, whatever, dude.
It just means buy Ryobi. It's good stuff.
Except for when you're Chalky Gillis. Don't say that. Chalky Gillis is going to snap it. He hates it, but it's made by the same company.
Now, have you ever used or worked with, and I'm going to throw this out there because we have it extensively at our company. So all of our Milwaukee tools have built-in GPS monitoring, and great, lovely, but ours always malfunctioning. And if you leave a battery in a tool in a case, it kills the battery because the stupid little light on the GPS meter stays on all the time.
Yeah, that's on your Milwaukee. Yeah.
Impact drill. We got to take the batteries out of everything because if they're in there, the batteries go dead.
Once again, we're coming back to the more options, more problems.
Yeah.
So there you go, Rain Man.
I've asked him multiple times. I'm like, can I just get a drill without GPS? Because we don't have access to the app, so it does us no good.
Yeah, the only reason I use Dewalt is because they don't have none of that. I got some shit that's got none of that frills. Milwaukee is ketchup, yes, and Dewalt is mustard. I think that's been a joke that's been coming up, And Ryobi is baby poop. Rigid is
relish. We'll go with
relish. Mustard relish. We got mustard relish. That way I don't offend people. Whether you use your mustard, they're attractive and show cleavage and human. Dude, guys are dumbasses. We're all making ourselves look bad here, fellas. I literally watched David Dobrik's friend the other day, and she's making $10 million a month off of horny men. You guys are you guys are ruining mankind. Like doing that shit, paying a woman to see her cookie, you're really literally making us look bad. I'm telling you right now. I know there's at least one or two of you.
Isn't there free apps for that now?
Yeah, that's what she is. She's on OnlyFans, and she makes $10 million a month.
That's not a free app. I'm just saying, there's probably some free apps out there. You could probably go get some local stuff.
I don't know, dude. People have strange fantasies and want to pay $5 a month to look at some chick's monkey. Well, come on, dude. Like, I mean, I don't get me wrong. I'm a fat guy, and I'm not always in a relationship, but I definitely ain't gonna pay no $5 to look at no chick's beaver. Like I'm out on that. I guarantee you, I will definitely get on a look at. So I'm cheap, Yeah, I'm gonna look at. Hey, you want to see this? Whatever. I don't know.
Moving on.
Rayman has everything, I think. Snap. Yeah, he does. He's no different than Jimmy. And most good mechanics don't give a shit. Most of the guys I know don't give a shit neither. They buy what's cheap and is on sale sometimes. Did somebody say boobies? Yeah. Jimmy, use rigid thread often in his video. Yeah, dude. And he got a deal on it too, M. Lizer. I'm pretty sure I remember him when he got that rigid deal, and he does it. He might have put it on his other channel, but he literally said the reason I bought this rigid is because I got a good deal on it, and I think he said something about might have got in on a lifetime warranty. So Hilti does advertise; they just target industrial clients. Yeah, well, not that's what I'm saying though, Calvin. We're not talking about like big advertisements. They're not pumping shit out, giving free tools to every Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Who's got a Harry what?
What's that? What'd you say?
I got nothing.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
moving on.
I wouldn't mind getting on the live stream with you. And we'll talk about it, Downmaster. We'll definitely have you come on one of these times. I've seen a few just today. Hub bearing 150. I must be way behind on the. Oh, you're changing lights here.
You better pick up the pace there, man.
We're gonna have to thunderstorm through the chats here real quick.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at comments I made. Yeah, Ken Moore. Yep.
Well, we're still on washers and dryers. You better catch up.
Yeah. Let me see here and try to get through here. I've learned to buy the cheapest shit at Lowe's. There you go. Corey, like Samsung refrigerator recall. There you go.
Yeah.
Bulletproof direct drive. Yeah, quit making. That's what I have as a direct drive. Just to put that out there. M12 batteries far apart, so easy. Yeah, 12 volts, easy replacement. Yep, absolutely. Wasn't appliance worst appliance I ever owned was a Maytag fridge, repaired it 3 times. Compressor went out, $1,100 estimate. Yeah, dude, appliance repair shit. That's like, you want to talk about. I don't want to go back to this, so guys don't start commenting. But you want to talk about a racket? My buddy owns an appliance repair shop here, makes $500,000. Sometimes he's made almost made $1 million a year. And he doesn't do nothing but sell used appliances. He's got a deal hooked up with Home Depot, Lowe's, picks up all their old shit, goes in there, throws some parts in it, and then turns around and sells that shit for $300-$400 and just makes a killing.
Yeah, because none of those businesses, they don't do anything with returns. They literally just throw them away. So
yeah, dude, it's insane. I had too many appliances, so I began to sell them all. But there you go. Yeah, great. It's appliance. Toyota Corolla is cheapest parts I've seen. Yeah, they're pretty cheap. Subarus are cheap too. Chalky Gills. Hey, Sarah and 2 ain't even. I was waiting for somebody to say that too. Sarah and 2 definitely did have a wiener at one time in her life.
Oof.
In his life. That is a fact.
I'm good.
I don't care. I mean, I'm not a, don't make no difference to me, but Sarah and Tuned was a dude at one time.
That's sad.
Yeah. Rowby batteries not especially on sale. All right, boys and girls, got to work. See you later, Vanishing Fox. I'm heading out. See you later, Theo. Have a good one. Tell him CP. I have batteries. Yeah. Oh, we're catching up. Good night, Country Mile. We're catching up. Seen one, seen them all. I don't know about that. I hope we're not talking about Sarah and Tune. Just go to the hub. Hey, I like Sarah. She just isn't a real mechanic, right? Hey, exactly, dude. If you want to watch somebody, like I said, I don't give a shit who you watch on YouTube neither. If it entertains you and you like it, good deal. Not everybody likes everything you're going to see on there, but
I watch some weird stuff on YouTube, so I'm not one to talk. So
yeah, dude, I just watched about the Adventureland death last year. There's a channel that's called like Doom something. I was like, holy shit, this got the deal on here about the Adventureland deal, and this guy did the whole story about how the kid died at the Raging River, and I was like, wow. And I got hooked into that, but it is what it is.
It always does surprise me how many people die at amusement parks. And how they're just like, no, just write them a check, moving on.
Well, I made a comment about this. I said, when you go to an amusement park, how many times have you ever gotten a ride and thought to yourself, this thing could malfunction, I could die?
I don't go to them anymore just for that reason.
Well, there you go. Like, why even if you go to an amusement park, you should have to just sign a waiver to understand that there's a chance.
Perfect story. I used to love amusement parks. Used to go to fairs, used to go to all that stuff. And then when I had kids and my kids were really small, we started going back to some like big Ferris wheels and stuff. And I'm sitting there and my engineering brain's sticking in and I'm like, some guy put this together yesterday, put every bolt in this thing. And now we're 200 feet in the air and things look loose.
Yep.
I'm good. I'm not going to do this again because I'm relying on somebody else's sketchy idea of together.
Absolutely. Chaka Gillis is. I'm hiding my collection. Uh, Sarah was in the military. She's pretty. She's pretty cool in my books. He's pretty cool. Come on now. I was tune looked off. No, that's because he has balls. What's going on, my dudes? Frederico. My go-to rigid impacts. It is what it is. Absolutely, dude. I don't judge you because you have them. I don't care if you do and don't. I don't care if you run Milwaukee. I don't give a shit what anybody runs. When you like I said, the biggest problem I have is when somebody comes and tells me that their shit is the best, man. It's like the best ever. Now, I will tell you, there's stuff that I will die on my hill on, and I think that Snap-on's the best ratchet. I don't give a shit. I'll die on that hill. Until somebody makes one that I know that I can. I literally stood on my ratchet trying to bust off a 19 millimeter lug nut, and it wouldn't break. And that right there is a testament. No ratchet can hold me up to that. My Matco one, it bent like it was like trying to put a spaghetti noodle in a cat's ass. You know, like it's that thing is limper than, it's just dumb.
Hey, I will admit, at a younger age, when I used to do professional installation work for home theaters, I didn't have a lot of money. I went down to a pawn shop and I bought a full set of Ryobi stuff, 18 volt. I think I spent $90 for like a 5-piece set with batteries and chargers, and I used the crap out of that stuff until it stopped working.
Yeah.
And it earned me a lot of money. So I can't really say it's completely worthless, but I bought better stuff after that once I had more money to do so.
Well, you know what? The sad part about it is we're getting screwed anyways because the cordless tool market, we're talking about that you have to pay how much money for a cord? Like you could buy an air impact. The Astro Thor impact, air impact is $179. And then you go out and buy a good air compressor, let's say $800 on an air compressor. By the time you get done buying a Milwaukee half-inch impact kit and then replacing batteries in it after the first 5 years, you could have already bought a nice air compressor and an air tool, and you probably had a tool that you never had to replace or do anything with for over a decade and never even had to have it repaired.
Perfect example. I have an Ingersoll Rand Thunder gun. Sits in my drawer. Thing works great. I've never had any issues with that impact. I bought it for my father. He had one forever. I mean, he had one for 20 years, this old Ingersoll Rand Thunder gun. Used it for everything. So I bought him a new one because I'm like, here's a new one, Dad. Yours is old, beat up, doesn't work real good. And then when I bought this house, he brings me the one I bought him back. And he gives it to me as a house gift. And I'm like, I bought this for you so you could replace your old one. He goes, I don't need to replace it. I just rebuilt it. Here's it back. And I'm just like, you old bastard.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong, Nick. I definitely was. They talked about that in that video I watched, but not to get off subject. But
you're off subject, way off.
Best impact ever made, the Thor. Yeah, dude, the Thunder gun was the best impact. Not only that, think about this. That impact came out with 625 foot-pounds of torque. Do you know how long it took a cordless impact to meet a 600 foot-pound mark? And I wasted. This is my problem. Is I have a bitter taste in my mouth for cordless tools because I was a stupid ass. This is my mistake. I jumped on board buying this tool back in the early 2000s. Just think, guys, 20 years as well that this cordless tool market's been around. 20 freaking years. Air tools have been around for 4 decades, half a century. Okay? A half a century of technology behind these. Improving them, making them better. And now we all jumped on it like a bitch in heat. Like we were like, oh, we're going to all get cordless tools and they're the best. It literally is the biggest waste of money for any young tech, in my opinion, to jump out and buy a cordless tool because it's too expensive. It is a bougie tool for anybody. The convenience is absolutely awesome. But in reality, when you start looking at it, they rope you into buying this. The tool companies only do this shit because they rope you into buying more of their stuff. They want to they don't care if you make $20,000 a year or $120,000 a year. They don't give a shit. Do you think they care? No. They want to make it affordable enough that the poor man can buy it. You know, they don't care about you ever. Let's see here. Just remember to drain the water from the tank. Oh yeah, absolutely, for sure, 100%. Anyone remember the old cheap Buffalo tools? Yep, I had Buffalo tools. That was my first set. You can't sign away your rights. That doesn't surprise me. Lawyers know everything. I'll tell you that much. They know how to squeeze by. Well, I'm too mobile to not have cordless. There you go. The Flex Volt. What's up?
So I duped myself into this idea that I needed a cordless miter saw. Because I was doing a job where it's like, I'm outside, I don't have power. I'm going to buy this miter saw. It takes these 2 big, giant, expensive batteries. And it worked great. But the worst part is, it came with a power supply, and I've never used it cordlessly.
Really?
Yep. I totally duped myself into spending a bunch of money on a cordless miter saw, and I've never used it cordlessly.
You know what though? You did get roped into by the companies though, and telling you. Then they try to tell you but a corded miter saw probably has more power still and more. It's going to be more reliable over the years. Plus, you got to replace the batteries on a cordless miter saw eventually, and the less you use it, the more it sets around. Any deviation in temperature is going to cause those battery packs to fall apart, deteriorate.
And like I said, I try to use these things that are meant for it, but they're just too big to go in anything, and they're ridiculous. So
I love my cordless phone. You would love your cordless phone, Nick, you son of a bitch.
Hey, man. I like an old rotary. I'm a classic guy.
Right. Most people don't even know about those. I have a 25-gallon compressor. Only use it for an air hammer and cord. Yeah, there you go. And that's the other thing is you still need any mechanic cannot sit here and tell me that they only have cordless tools. Because how do you use an air hammer? And I use an air hammer all the time.
I've used a couple electric roll locks. I don't like them. I use.
Oh yeah, they just chew through batteries. But do you use an air hammer ever? As a DIY guy, this is an interesting one.
I use an air hammer constantly.
Okay, so that's a big deal for me or anything is using an air hammer.
Iowa rust air hammer all day.
Yeah. Y'all may have jumped it. I have cords and hoses and pay cash. There you go. I never tip over the Wi-Fi. I never trip over the Wi-Fi. I have a cordless air hammer. The cordless air hammer.
They make cordless air hammers?
No,
is that a thing?
They do, but it's huge. Bosch makes one that's stupid big, and
it's got to have it probably has its own air chamber or something, right?
No, it's like a jack. Well, it might have the Bosch one or a couple of them, but it's basically a jackhammer is what it is. It's made to be a jackhammer.
So some of those tools they have like an air chamber that electrically fills with a small compressor. That to me just seems excessive.
Mechanic, an all-around self-proclaimed best of everything. Who is tool time with Todd? You are a funny individual right there. Let's see here.
I used to do plumbing myself until I flooded my basement one time, and I have a guy for that now.
We got to see who Tool Time with Todd is. He's been around for a while. Tool Time with Todd. He gets all his advice. I know he's joking. I'm pretty sure he's joking because if he isn't, that's funny because that guy's definitely not, but whatever. Yeah, to each their own. Whoever wants to do whatever on their channel, more power to you. I don't give a shit. I don't care about what anybody else does on their channel. If I get along with you and I like you, then we're friends. And if I don't, I just don't talk to you. I don't want you around. Yeah, I need air for my blowgun. There you go. Unless you want to fire up a cordless blower, which then I don't know how well that is going to work. Like you got this big blower, you're trying to blow stuff out. I mean, there's just air. You still got to have air. And that's the thing is guys try to justify it to me. Will the 81 who haven't given thumbs up on the live stream yet? What? Nobody's given a thumbs up on the live stream yet? We got 70. We got 73 thumbs up. We had 100 people in here. We always have the trolls that watch, and they won't give thumbs up. But anybody who will give a thumbs up, hell yeah. They're not going away anytime soon. Paul, it's ran by muscle power. Eric O still, yeah, absolutely, dude. Eric O is pretty much exactly how anybody I know operates still. Everybody still does. I'm completely cordless, including my 80-gallon cordless air compressor. There you go. Yeah. Air to lift for air and leak downs. Yeah, there's so many things. Oh, don't let him fool you. CP's hero is the tool bear. Yeah, for sure. That guy's he's awesome. Awesomeville from Dawsonville. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I think we had a pretty good stream tonight. I kind of want to end it here. I'm getting tired, and I got to get up early to drive. And I don't know. I'm just tired of.
And it is 92 degrees in this garage, so I've done pretty well looking pretty, but
Wow.
it's hot in here.
Yeah. Oh, your temperature must have been not much different than mine then today.
It was not.
The humidity wasn't that bad today, though.
No, it was not.
57%. I was actually impressed that my underwear didn't need to be wrung out when I got home. Which I know a lot of you guys didn't want to know that, but dudes with wrenches, you don't need to be worried about flooding your basement. It's already flooded. Superstars up in here. Hey, what's up, Brailsford? As long as tires are needed. Exactly. As long as tires are needed. Chuck Norris can strangle people with cordless tools. My dad's old 1974 302, 3 on the tree, told my friends it had an Armstrong steering. Yeah, exactly. That's another thing that'll be a new one coming up. Guys, I'm looking at doing electric power steering. We're going to get into that another time. But electric power steering over regular power steering, I'm actually thinking about doing this to my 66, believe it or not, or 65. Eliminate fluid, eliminate belt, eliminates a lot of problems. And they've been using electric steering for well over a decade, and it's pretty reliable. So, and I think I found a way to adapt it to my truck. So,
well, I'm pretty sure you gained quite a bit of torque and power back from not having it on there. So,
dude, I'm thinking maybe I could build a six cylinder and make it like a 300 horse 6-cylinder still.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm kind of thinking maybe. Which here's my problem. I haven't talked about this, but I'm having a problem figuring out what I'm going to do with the motor. The 5.3 I had is junk, so I'm pissed about that. So somebody took the spark plugs out of it. I had it set where I had it. I thought that it was all good to go, and somebody stole the spark plugs out of it, filled with water. It's all in oil, and I don't want to put a motor that's. I would rebuild that because I want a motor that's good, not going to be jacked up, and it's going to need to be torn apart. I don't want to just break it free and put it in there. You know what I mean? I feel like it's going to need to be torn apart and honed and put head gaskets. And once I do that, then I'm going to want to put heads, cam, and now you're talking about a $3,000, $4,000 motor, and that wasn't the plan. Have a great stream, CUCP. I've got to get up. Yeah, absolutely. I'm heading out of town, going up by the old Backbone State Park. Great stream, dudes with wrenches. I thought about AC in the garage. Everybody's thought about AC in their garage, whether or not they do it. I mean, Jesus, I've thought about it too, but
I'd love to get a split unit, but the problem in my garage is I got about $9,000 has to be invested in a new power panel because I have very little power in my garage. So, yeah.
Well, congratulations to Dudes with Wrenches for smashing the YouTube algorithm in the shorts category. Hopefully he gets 100,000. I think there's a good chance you could with the way you're moving. I wonder how that's going to work. You could get a YouTube play button.
Oh, I never even thought about that, I guess.
I never even thought about it either, but when you're talking, we're sitting here and you've literally gained 1,000 subscribers in hours. There's a good chance you are in the YouTube algorithm. You can't stop now. You might as well, dude, why not get the play button and 100,000 subscribers?
Maybe.
Dude, what do you might be able to quit your job, be a full YouTuber.
I'll get right on that. I'll be a full-time shorts tuber.
Well, you'll be right up there with Funk FPV. I think Funk FPV is probably the hottest shorts guy right now going, but he hasn't let up since the YouTube let him into the algorithm.
Yeah, he keeps at it. And I mean, and he's a hardworking guy outside these shorts or YouTube in general. Like that guy's he's a forklift mechanic.
Yeah.
So he's got some good knowledge-based stuff on there.
Yeah, he's got some good knowledge for being a forklift mechanic. I will say that because he does kind of surprise me. I'm like, dude, you're a forklift mechanic. Like, what are you doing talking about this stuff? Maybe you should be working on something a little bit more elaborate. Not saying there's anything wrong with it. I know because he
probably makes good money as a forklift mechanic. I mean,
there's a lot of guys that do. There's a lot of freaking guys that do. There's a lot of guys that make a lot of good money at being a forklift mechanic, and it's not a bad business to be in. But I will say this: it is definitely not hard. I don't give a shit what any of them said. It is not a difficult. I will die on that hill. I can work.
Have to be very basic in nature, in general,
because they get the shit kicked out of them.
Yes.
You know, like if apocalypse comes, you could make a forklift into like a apocalypse vehicle and like run it and probably be okay.
I used to run a forklift when I was younger at a corporation moving big rolls of paper that were 6,000 pounds all day long, 24/7. That forklift ran all 3 shifts. And they put a governor on it because they didn't want anybody breaking it and going too fast with it. You'd have to do an inspection every shift to make sure everything was right. I just get in there and tweak that governor for every shift just to really let her go.
Brailsford says he's digging the fair lane. I definitely want to see. I definitely want to see some. There's got to be at least a Cheech and Chong short somewhere with that thing. Like, cause that thing is. I mean, dude, that last short or that last video you did on it, I was like, whoa. Now the color makes sense.
Yeah. You know what the worst part is? I've done the drive home video, the let's just look at it video, and now I've done a tear out video. And the next video is pretty much rewiring the whole car, but there's still so much that comes out of that car in the next video. It's ridiculous. I don't know. It's probably the craziest car I've ever owned.
Well, it's a fun one.
Yeah.
You got a lot of good projects, and you got a lot of hopefully I like to see your channel catch on to your videos, your long format videos, because I think they are definitely just as informative as your shorts and just enjoyable to watch. So guys, go over there, like I said, help him out, watch some of his videos. You know, if we get him up to where he's getting a couple thousand views on his videos, I know everybody comes in and watches my stuff, but if you're a car guy, like, you know, we're talking about the next we might have the next Vice Grip garage sitting right here, like in the shorts, dude.
I don't think I want that.
No, yeah, you're probably not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got to think, you kind of probably better start thinking about that right now. If your channel blows up, and let's say you got 1 million subscribers, because there's a good chance that you could, because people start seeing your stuff and watching it. You know, then you're gonna have to worry about the creeps, like, you know, coming to your house and showing up randomly. People sending you shit in the mail unsolicited.
That's the one thing I wasn't expecting that I thought I would deal with better, to tell you the truth. I thought I'd be a little more mellow about it, but the amount of just shitty comments is just overwhelming, to the point that's like, I don't want to read these comments, but I feel like I need to. And it just...
There's a lot of bad people, man.
It is. They just go out of their way to say stuff that's completely just, I'm saying this to be an ass.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That's why I said, if you don't like my channel, nobody forced you to watch it. Nobody forced you to be here. If you don't like me and you're out, like, and you want to talk shit and be that negative person outside my channel, then don't come here. I don't want you. I don't care. I don't care if I don't get 100,000 subs ever. Okay. One thing I will say is I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody here that doesn't want to be here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that kind of person in my life. I don't want you on my channel.
I love wholesome people that want to have a conversation or add some facts or add some knowledge, but I don't want to know anybody that's just there to just be belligerent and
hate because you don't like them. So you show up on my channel, but yet the next week you're over here on this channel talking shit about me. Like, why? What's the point of it? If you don't like somebody, then don't pretend to like them.
Yep.
Those who can't create control. You're not wrong. Yeah, there's a lot to that, Nick. There is a lot to that. Too much exactly. And I get negative myself, but you guys gotta understand. The reason why I get pissed off is because I get involved with this negativity, the comments and whatnot. Sometimes I just turn off my phone and don't even look at my YouTube for, like, if I post a video, sometimes I don't even want to read the comments, because, and I've learned I don't read my comments in the morning at all, because there's always going to be an asshole in there to say something.
Yep.
And it's just like, you know, why? What's the point? I don't need to hear your negativity. Everybody wants their voice to be heard. And the other thing I'm sick of is people trying to ride your coattails so that they think that that's going to help them out. That I'm not, dudes, never. I will tell you why we're friends. I will give you this piece of advice right now. I don't like an ass kisser, okay? I like somebody who's honest, and dudes has never kissed my ass ever since I've met him. And that right there is where you get my respect. You don't need to kiss my ass. If you don't like something, or if you're honest with me, we're better. We're good to go. And that's one thing. And dudes, I've never seen dudes kiss anybody's ass either to get like subs or anything like that. Another thing that you're going to gain respect. Trust me, it is not worth your time to try to kiss somebody's ass to get somewhere. Like you're going to get way better results by just if you genuinely like somebody and get along. Me and Nick from JD Tico never kissed each other's ass. We started off button heads right away and became good friends because we understood each other that we don't need to. I don't need to be. I can be honest with him. He's somebody who appreciates honesty is what I want. You know, if I dislike something, then I can say it, and I'm not doing it to be malicious. I'm doing it because I'm being honest, and that's just all there is to it. Yeah, there is a lot of, but I'm happy unless I'm miserable, right? Well, I'm miserable too a lot too. Hey now, Nick. Yeah, fuck him. Yeah, you're right, dude. I mean, it's a true story though, but I don't give a shit. I ain't out to be friends with. I don't want to be anybody's friend for just because they think they're going to be subs. If you don't like me and you don't want to talk to me, that's fine. I'm cool with it. You know, I ain't going to talk shit about you. I trolled some Frenchie earlier for 2 hours. He told me to pull up to Paris. I told him to meet me at Stonehenge. I tell people all the time, can't have any negativity in life. Exactly, dude. And you know, me and Chef, we started off in a rough area. You know what I mean? Like, that's just it, dude. Yeah, exactly. And we can both fucking exactly right, dude.
That's a big one.
I don't pretend I'm right about everything all the fucking time.
Nope.
That is 100% the truth.
And I'll say that too. If somebody wants to be constructive and come at me, if a video I say something that isn't right or it comes off wrong and somebody says, hey, just like you to know this, you know, you can look it up over here. Just give me some actual, like, hey, this is why you're wrong. Not just come in there and be like, you're such a dumb, you know.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Like come in and be like, Dad, GM builds the biggest piles of junk ever.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay.
You know, like that is the biggest basic comment.
Perfect example. I had a guy that actually jumped in there and he was actually decent about it. He said, you know, I'm just here to watch. I really like your content. You got too many Fords on there for me to subscribe. You sell off all those Fords and I'll subscribe. And I came right back and I'm like, hey, man, I bet that company's giving you every reason to hate Chevy. That's great. I don't need you to be a subscriber. Thanks for watching.
Exactly, dude. Like, who gives it? I don't care about Ford, Chevy. I am not a brand loyalist. No company owns me. I can tell Lyle to screw off right now. They don't own me.
It goes back to, if you can show me a company that everything they've ever made is absolutely perfect, I'll get on your side about it. But you can't. Everybody makes garbage at some point or another.
You know what? This takes me back to the Rain Man. You remember the movie Rain Man?
Yep.
Like Rain Man, and he's like, Ray, every plane has crashed. And he goes, Quantum's never ever crashed. Quantum's never ever. So he came back with the facts that's exactly what it was. Like, that one plane company never crashed. Okay. So if you can come back with it, Quantum's never had a crash, you know, and he started spitting out. But he didn't have to, you know, like, that's the thing is people don't come with, they always just say, I don't like Fords, or I don't like Chevys, or I don't like Snap-ons, or, you know, I don't like this or that or whatnot. Well, fuck, dude. I mean, I can name 1,000 Snap-on tools that are trash. You know, I can name 1,000. I can name a tool in every company that's pretty much junk. And I can name a lot of Ford cars that are junk, Chevy cars. I hate Chevys now. I mean, I still drive one, but I love the LS platform. And I don't mind working on GMs, but I hate the company themselves is just putting out garbage. And they're, you know.
Well, I like to argue with people about, like, hey, what's the best car company? You know, well, I'll always throw out their checkered cabs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. Dual demos, you aren't right. You aren't wrong. The bigger I get, the more trolls I get. You're 100% right. Because that miserable prick that's sitting in his easy chair at home drinking his 6-packs of beer and he, you know, he's miserable with his life, and or just that miserable person, period, is always wanting to beat on somebody for no reason. You know, they see you doing good and they're like, well, screw this guy. He's happy. I'm going to make his life miserable. And I've been there myself. I've done it. They're all POS in my opinion. Exactly. I make money off pieces of shit. You're 100% right. Do you think tool trucks will survive? I'm starting to wonder. I will say, with the gas prices and economy, I'm starting to wonder, because I've actually heard a couple of tool guys talking about how it's not good. You know, Tool truck guys are the first ones to not get paid. Yeah, yeah, you're 100% right. Eric Schmidt is Harbor Freight. I'm not owned by anybody. Nobody owns me. Nick doesn't own me from JD Tico. Oh, Stephen Letts. What's up? What's up, Stephen Letts? I am not owned by anybody. I am not, and Nick will tell you. You know, I have told him shit, and I think he, you know, I'll tell you what, you're better off to take that shit with a grain of salt. If you, and that's the problem with these companies. If they're not willing to listen to you, and I've said this 100 times, if a company is not willing to listen to your problems, and Milwaukee obviously heard shit, that's why they changed batteries. And people that want to hide behind the fact that they have an issue shows me the fakery in their lives. And that's exactly you. My channel, you can go back as far as you want and find and see where I ever said that I hated Milwaukee tools, but their battery was the reason why I switched. And in those comments, you can read through them, and you'll find the guys that say, oh, I've never had a problem with the battery. I've never had a problem with the battery. Then why are they changing now? Obviously, and I don't want to sit here and say, you know, hey, I was right and I was wrong. But people don't listen to me. And then when something happens, they'll be like, oh, you never said that. Well, it's documented in this channel. You can go right back and look at the shit now. Because back when I said I hated Milwaukee, there's guys in the comment sections, and I'm sure they're probably going to delete their shit now. They're like, well, I'm not going to let this guy see this shit. You know, they'll probably go right back there. But it's the facts. These companies don't give a shit about you. Nobody does, okay? These corporations don't give a shit about you, and they're not going to listen to you if you have a problem. The only way to do that is by supporting this channel and being this one and helping, and we can, you know, we can work on this together. And there's companies that are already listening to me. And I'll tell you what, those companies will be the best companies out there. Back when Sam Walton owned Walmart, when he cared, he listened to his customers. And that's the problem. Nick from JD Tico listens to his customers. You will watch these people become successful. Mark my words, because they listen to their customers. You know, you cannot get any better information than you can with your customers. That's all there is to it. Your customers will tell you everything. What is 6.9? Almost ruined my life. What does that mean? Quick Ranch, what's up, brother? Nick is owned by the haunting memory of his 6.998 tool fan. Oh, okay, I missed that comment, dude. Yeah, mine was my 6.5 GM naturally aspirated in my Grumman Olson. Jesus Christ, that was horrible. Kind of leading towards Ford CP. Tool time. Tecton is a tool company that proves they listen. I kind of believe that a little bit. We'll have to see. Larry, I've got some issues with Tecton lately. Nothing crazy, but I'm kind of on the fence of whether they are listening. But anyways, Milwaukee was great. They had the best impact. Now everything is good. Yeah. Exactly. Holy shit. $20 holler. Small town. What's up, Adam? How you doing, bro? There's another guy. This guy is literally killing it with buying like these used tool hauls. I don't know where you're getting your shit from, Adam, but I'm about to come down there and hook up with you to find some. Dude, just gets all sorts of crazy tools. Here's my theory on tool trucks. Yeah, we got to get ready to sign off here. The big and fancy snap-on voltmeters are shit. I'm not super impressed with mine. I still think a Fluke is better. So I would partially agree with that. Yeah, dude, Fluke is, I mean, you can't beat a Fluke.
Everyone complains, like, I got meters. I got 3 meters. They were all over $300. They're all Flukes. And I was like, why do you have $900 worth of meters? Because I don't ever have to worry about a meter not working. Period.
So why would Young Tex? Oh, yeah, you're not wrong. You're not. That's a pretty good theory. I'm not gonna say, but here's the problem with that dancing alone. You'd have to show me where Young Techs are outweighing the old techs that are in the market, because right now the majority of the workforce, 68% of the workforce in the automotive world is people that are over 50 years old. So there are no new techs. Wow. That's no fact. In fact, they actually Klein Tools did a study, and they did so that all their all their electricians, their linemen and whatnot are in the field. 78% of them are all above the age of 50.
But I'll tell you why. Lineman jobs are 98% union, and you work to get to that job, and they're usually the highest paying jobs in the union. So they don't allow a lot of young guys to get into those jobs because they're the highest paying jobs you can get. So a lot of the older guys, they work a lot of years to get there, and they're not going to let the younger guys take those jobs.
Right.
They create their own problem.
Amazon is going to destroy small America when you have to do, and they're doing a good job.
Going to.
Yeah, they've already done it.
Yeah.
Good cheap metric center wrenches off the truck. I'm going to hop off. Hey, see you later, Matthew. Sorry, I would have had you on. We had something going on here. I do a lot of wiring on pumps and stuff. That's all I use is Fluke. There you go.
Yep.
I'm a Harbor Freight one and done type of cool guy. Right on. Fluke is the only thing good out of China. Well, and anything is electronic is going to come out of China, but we got to shut her down, guys. I need to get going. We went 20 minutes longer after that. I need to get my bags packed. It is almost 11 o'clock, and I have to be up at like 5 in the morning, so I need to get shit done here to get out of here, and I'm already behind. So, all right, fellas, everybody, Dudes with Wrenches, check them out. I'm sure you can. All you gotta do is type Dudes with Wrenches, and he'll be the first one that blows right up in the comment in your deal. Great channel, great old car stuff. He's definitely gonna have lots of videos coming out. You got stuff planned, right? You got a plethora of stuff planned.
We got a lot of stuff planned, and we might try something new and just see if we can make some long formats go and sprinkle in the old. So we might change up a bunch of stuff here real soon. So
yeah, right on. So appreciate all you guys coming in. Appreciate all the likes, all that stuff. You guys are awesome as always. You guys are some of the best people. I'm glad that my channel keeps honing into this and getting this in here. There was 100 people in the chat, 100 peak concurrences tonight, which is awesome. The chat was flowing. There was over 900 comments coming through here. So you guys are pretty freaking awesome. I love it that you guys are always, and I try to get to every one of you. So, it is what it is. But anyways, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that bell. Give me your intro. Can you give me a little?
Give me a little Dudes with Wrenches here. Yeah, signing out.
If you remember, I put a video up in my member deal with it. I was doing a little. He's got a great intro, guys. It's catchy. That's what's gonna get him right there. Dudes with Wrenches. I can't say it like him. Good intro. Anyways, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that bell. Remember, keep your hands dirty and your money clean. Thanks for watching.